Hello, guys. So sorry. So sorry. I'm extremely late. I've had a massive issue not even being able to view the game. In the UK, it's on some crazy TNT 6, a channel I've not even heard of. So, welcome. Forza Milan. I'm trying to get this advert off on the screen, but just to let you know, we're about to kick off. There's some really cool tifos at the Slavia ground, like amazing tifos. I have to say, they've really gone out. It's looking incredible. Welcome. Sorry, I am late. We are here. Big game. Get your predictions in the comments. What do you think the score is going to be? Lovely to see you all. Luca, ciao. We got Yuri, we got Noir. Hello, guys. Football Drawn. Hello, Joseph. Welcome. Get involved. Let's get some comments. Steve, the tifo was insane. It looked like Greek gods. It was something crazy. I've not even seen anything like it before. It was genuinely incredible, even by Italian standards. We should be like crazy impressed. The players are just shaking hands now. Steph will be joining as well. Just bear with. He's also running late. Obviously, it's a bit of an earlier kickoff, and we're both finishing work, so it is what it is. Joseph, 2-2 scoreline. I mean, that would get us through. I don't know about you guys watching at home, but my thought process about this is definitely that we're either gonna win really convincingly and show the rest of Europe that for this competition we are serious, we have a genuine chance of winning it, or we're going to lose but go through. I don't see us not going through. When I say lose, I mean we'll play crap. It'll be 2-1 to them or 3-2, and we'll go through an aggregate, and it will just be a continuation of Pioli just flopping. I don't see us doing like a sort of really professional 2-0 or 3-1 where we just dominated, maybe didn't smash them, but like just a professional in-out job. I don't see that. We either smack them or we don't go or we lose and go through. But I do think we're going to go through. As for starting 11s, guys, I'm going to get that on the screen very quickly so we can go through that before the kickoff. So let's have a look at what Slavia are saying. Now, I don't obviously recognise a lot of these players, other than Chittil. Their left back, who is Diouf, he obviously was sent off, so he's not available to play. Other than that, I don't know any of their players, really. There are a few danger men, I think. Again, Chittil probably being their best player up front. As for Milan, obviously, we've got a very strong 11. Giroud up top, Leao on the left, Pulisic on the right, and Loftus-Cheek in the middle. That's sort of normal front three. Interestingly, we've got Musa and Adli. What are your guys' thoughts on Musa and Adli? By the way, it has kicked off. We have kicked off. We are underway. The stream I was using was just lagged behind, but I'm back on top now. What do you guys think of Adli and Musa? I'm not so convinced. Anyway, we've got Teo, Tomori, Gabbia, Calabria, and Mike. So pretty strong 11 that Pioli has put out. Really strong 11. So again, apologies for this. We will get smoother at this, I promise, as time goes on. We will get smoother. Steph will be coming. Massive clash by Vilcek, their left back, on Mike. Seems okay, though. He seems okay. Crowd's looking good. Cheers, by the way. It's almost the weekend. I've got a nice gin and tonic here. Let me know what you guys are drinking, snacking on, doing whilst watching this game, other than obviously listening along to myself and the SempreMilan team. Let's have a look at some of the comments. So let's have a look. 3-0 Yuri. I would love that. I would absolutely love a 3-0. That would be fantastic. Yes, SempreMilan admin. Yes. For those of you who obviously tuned into the Champions League last night, Lautaro's penalty is our 8th Champions League, or penalty miss, I should say. Mike is down again, by the way, and he's holding his ankle. Does not look good. It does not look good. He's holding his ankle, and the players are around and the staff are around. So this could be a long night. This could be a really, really long night. Yet Sportiello is warming up. Brilliant. Welcome. Fantastic. Football drawn. I think this game's going to be easier than anticipated. I hope you're right. It's not looking great now. Mike, literally poor touch. To be honest with you, I don't even think it was the other player. He's just landed badly on his ankle, and he's gone backwards, and all his weight's gone on it. If that's an Achilles, fuck me, that's Mike out, isn't it? Really, Jesus. Agung, 2-1 or 3-2 to Milan. I think that's pretty sensible. My prediction, Joseph, is winning 2-1, but give up a goal late. I'm not going to try and pronounce your name. I'm extremely sorry. Terrorism inbound. Mike's back up, by the way. Mike is back up and standing. Jesus, what a start to the game. Marcus Pinantozzi, Musa. I don't know. Musa and Adley, I don't know why he's picked that. I'll be honest. Obviously, I want to do well. Adley's been very up and down. As for Musa, I don't think he's a holding midfielder, but I don't know if we'll be playing a classic 4-2-3-1 in reality tonight. So there might be a bit more dynamism between him and Loftus-Cheek, potentially. Confident Musa will do well. Not sure about Adley. Would prefer someone who's more consistent. Yeah, I would have preferred Benacer tonight, to be honest. This is a must-win game for us. And Slavia are no mugs. They're actually no mugs. Fardinho, what's up? What's up, my man? Thank you for joining. Just to give you an update on what's going on, Slavia are in our final third. They are really testing us. They've already had a ball in the box. We've not really had a hold on the game yet. I'll be honest. We've just been defending. It doesn't seem like we've done a lot. I don't even know if we've gotten to their third yet. But as we expected, to be perfectly honest, high energy. I believe Adley has huge potential. Musa is an engine, but Adley can be one of those game changers. Well, I hope you're right. Like I said, he's had some really good games and some really poor ones, to be honest. And we need consistency for a game like tonight. Steve, OJ. Well, I've got a gin and tonic. I'm on a bit of a health kick, however, though. So I'm on a bit of a health kick. But I'm allowed a gin and tonic because of the calories. But I've cut out sugar, in case anyone cares to know. Any sugar that's not fruit. If anyone's done that, let me know how you got on. I'm on day 3. I'm feeling pretty good, to be honest. So yeah. Magic Mike, yeah, he seems got injured. Mike, yeah, I'm just going down some of the comments. I'm just running late in general, so apologies, guys. But so happy to be with you tonight. So they just whipped a ball into the box again. It's all Slavia at the moment. It's all Slavia. Mike's down again. Mike is down again. I don't think he's going to be able to continue. I do not think he'll be able to continue. Mike will be subbed out. Yeah, he's being subbed out. He's taking his gloves off. Yeah. Mike is coming off. Steve, what a game last night. The Snakes were outplayed. Should have won in relegation time. Made my week. Yeah, made my week. No problem. Thanks for joining. It made my week as well. I mean, obviously, from a coefficient point of view, not ideal. But again, who cares? Who cares? Fuck Inter, you know what I mean? Fuck Inter. I know. How the fuck are you so injury prone as a goalkeeper? I don't actually know. I don't know. He is crazy injury prone. I thought we might have been lucky enough for him to have gone without an injury this season, but it doesn't look like it. Hey, Matt, it's nice to see you. Nice to see you. I'm snacking on some tortilla chips, by the way, but these are low calorie, baby. It's getting annoying at this point. I would sell Maignan not because of performance, but because of injuries. Honestly, I'm sure you guys listen to the pod. Ollie's been saying it a lot, as AJ, I think, and another couple others, and I agree. He is 100% now the sellable asset if we're going to make a big sale. I think for me, Teo is absolutely unsellable. By the way, nothing's going on in the game. It's just a change for Mike. They're just chatting and waiting for Sportiello to come on. Mike's being assessed, just in case you're wondering what's going on in the game. For me, Mike is 100% a sellable asset. Fantastic goalkeeper, but he's regressed this. He's far too injury prone. Yeah, still young, quote unquote, for a goalkeeper, but he's also not. I think we can get a goalkeeper 1 or 2 years younger who can do something similar, and also purely on Mike a lot, like a lot. Other managers might not. So yeah, I think he's the one we need to sell. How do you feel about the rumours of AC Milan signing Anthony? I've not heard though. Oh wow, Alex is here. You almost got me, Alex. Yeah, dream on. That would be a wet dream for United. That would. We don't have the money for that, unfortunately. But yeah, Sportiello is still waiting to come on. Still waiting to come on. Did you see Sommer and Our Blacks last night? Phenomenal. Yeah. I mean, you can get goalkeepers. Love Mike. I think he is world class. He's top 3. He's fantastic. Oh, Mike's carrying on. What on earth is going on? Mike is not being subbed on. He's actually carrying on. If he costs us this game or costs us a goal and lets them get momentum, mate, I don't rate that decision. You can have an iron mentality as much as you want, but if you're injured, you're injured. Don't force it. Mats, you don't sell a goalkeeper of that caliber. Look, I agree to a point. Goalkeeper start of a team. It's where the team starts. But at the end of the day, not only is he incredibly injury prone, it looks like we are going to sell a top. We're going to sell a top player almost every summer. Maybe not every summer. Rafa looks like he's here to stay for a while, unless someone's going to pay that release clause, and I don't think anyone will. In which case they're happy to, because he'll become the most expensive player after Neymar or whatever. So fine. Teo, I really don't want to go. I appreciate he's getting interest, but Teo Hernandez is for me our key non-sellable player, even more important than Tonali was. He's a future captain. Cannot sell Teo. But anyway, I digress. The game's back underway. Again, we have really not been able to get into their final third. Teo's being pressed really, really heavily on this left-hand side now. Right, they are really. He's managed to get away. They're really going for it, Slavia, as we suspected. Like really going for it. Marcus, yes, you reply to Alex. I wouldn't buy Anthony for £85. I wouldn't buy him for 85p. So good luck, 85 million. Pulisic now burst on the right-hand side. Almost squeaked his way through. Yeah, we're not looking tidy. Let's be honest. We're not looking tidy. De Gea is free. He'll have too high wages, unfortunately, I'd imagine, unless he decides to want to take a pay cut. At least 7 minutes added time here. Oh, easy. Sportiello should have just come on. Maignan is the only world-class player in the squad. Interesting. I disagree. I disagree with that. I think Teo Hernandez is. I appreciate he's probably a bit divisive, but I would argue to find a better left back in world football. And if you do, there's only a couple. If you think they are better, and he's definitely in that conversation. And actually, even though he's having an quote unquote down season, he's still done brilliantly. And the fact that he's shown that he can play at centre back is just massive. So for me, Teo and Mike, and obviously Leao's knocking on that door. The only reason I say Leao, he probably is, and his stats show that he is, but because he is out of the 3 players, the one with the highest ceiling, I have a high expectation of Leao, and I think he can do better than he's currently doing. But I think we have 3 world-class players in the squad. Yeah, we have 3 world-class players, I would argue. Some good comments in, guys. Let's keep them coming. I'll try and go through them. But oh my God, Slavia almost knocked one in there. We are, oh my God. If you're watching it and not just listening to me, Slavia are absolutely all over our final third and in the box. I don't understand. I knew it was going to be difficult, but it just shows 11 against 11. They are at the moment an equal match. Oh my God, they almost scored. What a save by Mike. That was an unbelievable save. They are going to score. We can't sort ourselves out. We are running around like headless chickens at the moment. Yeah. Adli and Musa, Pioli, what are you thinking? This game screams Benacer. It screams Benacer. I don't know what he's thinking. What a save by Mike, though. Jesus Christ, what is this football? I promise you, if you're not watching, we have not had more than like 30 touches of the ball. It is all Slavia. Oh, this is bad. Really, really not looking good. Like, really not good. Adley went from the doghouse to teacher's pet. Yeah, Pioli's weird. He's like Southgate. I don't know if anyone is interested in the England squad. I mean, I'm not really. I support Italy when it comes to international competition. But I mean, what a save by Mike again. If you're watching it back, I mean, unbelievable from point blank, near post as well, where he's actually quite weak. Leg out, reaction save. I mean, just shows you how quality he is. But yeah, Pioli's like Southgate. He's weird. He's loyal. He's not loyal, then he's loyal to a fault. Just like Southgate, if you care about the England squad, like leaving out certain players, Jordan Henderson getting a call up. But anyway, not important. Pulisic is here on the right hand side, swings in a ball. Oh, Giroud goes for the spectacular, goes for a bikey, completely misses it. Right, Leao's first couple touches of the game. Teo, don't just swing a frigging ball in, guys. Come on. This is such bad football. Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's fair. I think world class is probably a combination of top five in their position, but for me, a player that would start in like 90% of top teams in top leagues is how I usually define world class. So would you have Leao over Luis Diaz and Jota for Liverpool? Yes. Liverpool are top side. Would you have him over? Maybe not over Phil Foden. You'd have him over Doku, yes. So he starts for City. Would you have him over Bayern Munich's wingers? Probably. So yeah, no, Leao fits that bill. Same with Teo Hernandez. That's why for me, Teo, Mike, and Leao are easily world class. Calabria has been seemingly badly injured. Really not nice. But I agree with you, Matt. Like Leao, I hold to a much higher standard because his ceiling is a lot higher than Teo's and Mike's. You know, he's genuinely Ballon d'Or level. Although that timer is ticking on. He's coming up to 25 now. So that's why I'm hesitant to call him in like vehemently as world class as Mike and Teo. But he's pretty much there. Leao just needs to do a bit more. But we know that. From the way we're playing, we won't win the UEL trophy. Yeah, completely agree. Yeah. So Mike's coming off, Sportiello's coming on. Like, what was this? I mean, Mike wants to. Oh man, Calabria is really badly injured as well. Classic. I don't know if you guys are reading the site today, but we were talking about like having like the fittest squad in a long time. Yeah, that's out the door, isn't it? Calabria is wailing around. I mean, he got stepped on. Oh, yeah. I mean, that is painful. It could probably open the wound. Yeah, that's a late challenge. That should go to VAR. I agree, guys. That's a yellow. That was a really, really bad challenge. Potential red card. That's what we need to beat Slavia, guys. We need 10. We need to be against 10 men to beat Slavia. That's Pioli. This is, guys. We all banter about Pioli not being good enough. Listen. Pioli knows you get a player sent off. You play 11v10. You're going to win every game. Simple. Yeah, there's a potential red card review at VAR now. The ref's going over to the box. You know what that usually means? To get our team competing with the top teams, we're going to have to sell one of our world-class players and replace the trash. I mean, that's not strictly true. The top teams generally hold their talent and are able to invest, but we obviously are playing a Moneyball system or similar, where we want to be sustainable, which is great, but we want to recycle. And yeah, you need to keep a number of world-class, quite experienced players. Otherwise, how can you just get the next big thing and then them being better, or getting a cheaper player to fit that and then them getting better? It doesn't really work like that, to be perfectly honest. Steph is waiting. Steph, welcome.
I've come at the right time. There's a red card to Slavia.
It actually happened.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. As I was just saying, Pioli's tactics may not be shit, but he needs, in his mind, it's like, let's make it 11v10. That's it. Smart.
Sorry, I seem to have joined when the entertainment has started officially.
No, it's good to have you here.
I bring friends.
You. You also bring access to watching the game, so thank you so much.
Yeah. I've got my mascot with me. Here we go. 10v11.
This is it. This is what Pioli had waited for the whole time.
Yeah, got Pobega with me here.
My computer's frozen. While that's frozen, I'm going to go and feed my cat. Steph, do you mind taking
I'll tag out. Ironically, the sharpshooter Owen Hart has tagged out to Bret Hart. We are here. Here's to getting through to the next round, guys. That's if we don't F this one up, which we may do even with 10v11. Comment section, guys. Look, how I'm late to the party. Tell me how we're doing. How are we doing? Are we playing sloppy? Is the midfield coping? Adley and Musa. I see sharpshooters late to the party as well, and Lorenzo's completely frozen. Currently looking like a meme right now, but we move. Talk to me. What are we saying? Are we playing good? Are we looking good for the win? Certainly with 10v11 now. We should be. I don't know, put that there. Oh. Is that another yellow? It looks like. It looks like it's getting a bit dirty out here. I think the Slavia players are probably quite frustrated with 2 red cards in 2 games against us. Yeah, that's a bit of a soft one on Musa there. Just a bit of a collision, and he's given a yellow card to the midfielder for that. Firstly, not sure if that's the right way to play this game. I think if we play them with passion, I think it's either going to end up with more red cards, or they actually might start getting fired up and score a goal against us. Should be looking to nullify this game. Yeah.
Am I back?
You are back. You're alive.
Hey.
Also, I think to change your top. I can't quite tell. I think.
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay,
cool. Fed the boy.
Yeah, just picked up a bit of a soft foul. Well, soft yellow card given to another Slavia player, just on a sort of a barge against Musa. It's a bit of a tasty one. I mean, I think we're talking about the atmosphere quite a bit now. Tails on the run now. This is looking like a potential goal here. Giroud, Rafa, and he's fucked that touch. That was awful. This is going to get tasty. I think the way this game's being played at stupid fouls and whatnot, I just think lots of yellows are going to start getting dished about. And the problem is for us here, if we're quite naive with this, we can easily end up getting into sort of a card battle, and which not just only impacts us in the game now, it's also looking forward to the next round where we're going to start getting disciplinary issues and suspensions. The head coach has got booked for Slavia now as well.
Yeah, just seen that.
This is the thing. I mean, like, we've got to try to nullify this atmosphere, nullify, the potential. I mean, the fans are always going to be up for it. I haven't even got my sound on, but I'm going to guess they're fucking screaming right now. And the problem is, we start playing this way, I just think the ref's going to give them like a penalty or something. So,
it's just crazy.
The only way to nullify this is just literally scoring some goals, and then the game's out of reach, and then it's just like, damage limitation.
It's just crazy that we've had to rely on, because I'm not joking. I don't know if you were watching the game before you joined, Steph, but They were outplaying us. Like I know
Oh,
they're
really?
at home. They're
Mm.
yeah. Oh yeah. We were having no chances. Plus there was that
Mm.
Mike incident. So
So what is
the
he?
fact
Is
that
he come off injured? Is Mike come off injured?
yeah his ankle's fucked. Yeah, like
Oh,
fucked.
surprise, surprise! Fucking his
Yeah,
ankle again.
yeah. And do you know what?
This is
If
the
you look,
thing, man. I think like we talk about like the selling element. I think he's got to be the one.
yeah, 100.
Not to be
percent
horrible, yeah, but like I, I said this when Gijo went that like keepers are the difference sometimes, yeah, to like win you a title and whatnot, but like and getting and going for the top trophies. But like honestly, the level sometimes can be so tight between keepers that unless they're completely like shit, yeah, you can get away with a very good keeper. You don't have to have the world's best keeper to be a successful team. I mean, Christ, I mean, Inter have just sold Onana, replaced him with Summer. You know, who's not
Summer's
perfect, but at
better.
the same time, a very good keeper. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, like you could probably argue the case that he was, you know, and you could do some shrewd business, and it's just a question of, but if Bayern come in, and they probably will come in for a big bid in the summer, maybe for Chow as well, but for Mike, his contract's up in what 2026.
yeah, yeah,
Not to sound
yeah.
horrible, yeah, but like, I love Mike. I love his attitude. I love his that Scudetto season, but he's been pretty, you know, has had average moments this season, bar a couple, you know, spectacular saves. That one against Newcastle just stood out to me. But like if a bid comes in and it's irresistible, and we can't realistically get that renewal done for actual realistic money, like if he wants like 8 mil still, and we can only go up to 6, we've got to potentially entertain an offer. And if we're talking 60, 70 mil, I think you got to budge.
Yeah,
You got to
yeah, no, I
budge.
agree. He is the one we sacrifice
Yeah,
if we need to, if
yeah.
it's something that is part of the strategy.
Mm.
Steve's asking, just because there's not a lot happening at the moment, we really haven't got a foothold in
Oh,
this game, even against 10 men.
loved it.
Thoughts on Inter last
Loved
night?
it.
Come on,
Loved
let's get
it.
some
Loved
Inter
it.
hate in the comments.
I was watching. Yeah, I only started watching from I think like around like the 70th minute. So I missed the first
Yeah,
half. I saw like Ollie was messaging the chat. They're getting outplayed, and typically they score the first goal. And you just kind of think, they're just going to snake this one again, and it like fucking typical Inter. But like, and then equalizer, games in the balance. And to be honest, yeah, like Inzaghi, top coach this season, but the substitutions, like he went to lock down that lead, and it bit him in the arse because the defensive substitutions, and it was probably definitive moments. I think Thuram missed a couple of sitters too.
yeah, yeah. Oh,
Pulisic,
Pulisic,
and he's missed a
go
sitter.
on.
Yeah, he's missed a sitter.
Oh, oh, lad, he done
Who?
all the hard stuff.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. Talking about missing
oh,
sitters.
Pulisic.
This keeper looks like a bootleg version of Di Gregorio
He
from
does, yeah, he does look like Di Gregorio, yeah.
But yeah, no, I mean, like Inter missed a couple sitters to really, if the game plan would have worked, it would have been down to those counter attacks. But like, really, it's that you live and die by that because you just basically allow
Yeah,
Atletico to get so much possession, and then if you miss your chances, you're then saying, can we actually hold them out? And that Depay hit the post like 2 or 3 minutes before his goal, and it was just a fantastic goal. And then after that, it was, to be honest, momentum was an Atletico side, and it was just like, I mean, penalty shootout, obviously winning that was still needs to be done, as in like taking top tier penalties and Inter missing theirs. But Martinez, man, on his one was just, I mean,
oh,
yeah, I
don't.
think Ollie
That made
joked
my week.
that
That's
ball
made my
landed in his
week.
goal, but like, yeah, but even
We
like,
needed that.
yeah, I don't really give a shit too much, man. Like, it's sometimes it's just nice to kind of humble them a little bit. I mean, they've been fantastic into this year.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah,
mean. I mean, they're gonna
yeah.
get the last laugh when they did their second
Oh
star
yeah, they'll get
parade
the
this
Scudetto,
summer,
but like,
and whatever.
but yeah, no, I mean, if you look at those penalties, man, like Sanchez one was awful, Clarkson's one was awful. But yeah, I mean, that was a fantastic atmosphere. But I mean, I saw Dortmund went through, and I think PSG are set to go through as well. So it's kind
Yeah,
of like, look, if you look back on that group we had, man, it's fucking tough. That's such a tough pill to swallow. Like,
it
you
is.
know,
It is, but I don't want that as a justification for Pioli staying, man. I can't
no,
have any. The
I
management, I'm
don't.
talking.
Yeah, yeah, 100%. Yeah, but this is the thing, like, and it's such a shame because I felt like it goes back down to those first 2 games, wasn't it, against Newcastle, where we should have won, against Dortmund, where we had that chance in the last 5 minutes. And look, we were clutch in the games like in Newcastle away, and PSG, was a great victory as well at the same time, but not so much of a clutch moment. But like, if you go back to those first 2 fixtures, we get 4 points out of 6 rather than 2 out of 6.
Layout's through.
No.
One. I thought that was a goal.
Awful finishing.
Oh. Good
Yeah,
save.
crazy. This is the thing, man. We can't be taking the piss here. Just score a fucking goal.
But then this is what I say. You say all that, Steph, but like
that's such a even that there, Liao, man. Like Christ, he's like through. He slows it right down, and it's just.
But against around a 16 or quarterfinal Champions League team, if we're playing like this, we're getting fucked.
Oh no, yeah.
This is 10 men again. This is 10 men.
Like, yeah, there's one thing
against 11. Steph, they were beating us. I'm telling you, they were playing better.
Yeah, the problem is like say we get through that group, but then all of a sudden you just don't have 6 games to kind of get your rhythm and routine, and you've got to be clinical over 2 legs, and that's that's the bit. I completely agree. I don't think we have that level of form in us this season to basically be like clinical over 2 legs. I think we would have just like we were kind of like that last year as well, but we were just so solid in defense that we just teams couldn't get through us. But if you look back at those games against like Tottenham and we should have fucking won that game in aggregate 2 or 3-0, and we needed Mike to come out trumps with that top save against Kane in the last couple minutes away from home to get through that. Otherwise, it would have gone to extra time. So we always suffer with this clinical finishing issue, and it's just this is where we're like Pulisic weren't here last year, but like Liao and Giroud sometimes, man.
Yeah, 100%.
But I mean, we're looking we're looking on course for a goal here. So I mean, no doubt.
Yeah, we're looking a bit more on top now.
I think we'll score before half time, personally.
So there's a lot of chat in the comments about Leao being world class or not. I'm not going to go through I'm not going to add all the comments, but like a few people are saying he is, a few people are saying he isn't. I mean, for me, it's the same. That whether he is or isn't, and whether he annoys us or not, he is our main threat, and it's evident. I mean, even though he's technically had a down season this year, he's still been the top performing left winger. If you take out like Mbappe, I guess, right?
Yeah.
So
I mean, you got to look at the other picture. I think he's unlike the wingers in his category. From a creative level, he's probably the best. Like, right.
Yeah, no, my cat's just broken. My girlfriend's like sand thing. Oh, she's gonna be pissed. Oh, she's gonna be pissed.
It's all right.
He's been very naughty.
So this one here.
Oh, no. She's gonna be pissed off. I'm in trouble. That's gonna be my fault somehow. No, it was like a little coloured sand thing from one of her work trips. But well. Anyway,
I mean, it's a cat. Blame it on the cat. You got video evidence now as well. You got video. You've literally got. You can be like, you go back to the 33rd minute of this stream. You can literally show her that the cat. It wasn't your fault, and it was the cat. So
Yeah, that's not good.
Judge, jury, executioner cannot run it on Loz. So. But yeah, what was I saying? Hold on. Have we scored? Oh, Liao, great assist. Pulisic goal. Yeah, 1-0.
Yeah, goal 1-0. Yeah. Lovely.
I need to turn off notifications on my live scores.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, I've turned mine off because it's always ahead. Right, 1-0. Let's go.
1-0. I mean, that.
I actually agree with that. Even though we scored, Mats, I agree. We're not in it still, but it doesn't matter. We win it.
Let's watch this goal, bro. Let me watch this goal. Chill out, boy. All right. I mean, yeah, great track back. I mean, this is what I'm talking about, man. Just like composure, simple. I mean, Liao as well. Great awareness. I mean, and Giroud just jumping over.
Not going to be happy, mate.
Pulisic form, man. You have been stepping up, Captain America. Captain America, baby. Christian Pulisic. What was it? What's the thing on Suma says again about like here we go, let's go, America. I don't know. He does all this like meme celebration. What's going on here?
I don't, mate. I'm sorry.
What's going on
Are
here?
they checking for something?
Oh, it's just fucking. Is it
Nope.
Giroud?
Nope. You've been a very, very bad cat. He's getting neutered tomorrow, so that's maybe punishment enough, I guess.
Punishable.
Yeah, 1-0. Let's go. That's good. That is good.
Okay,
Best player this season, Pulisic. Do you reckon?
No.
Yeah. It's Loftus-Cheek for me.
I mean, look, if we're talking stats, yeah, like Pulisic, yeah. This is like.
He's...
Oh, what's going on? Talk to me.
Pulisic is running through again.
Yeah, if we're talking stats, yeah, like he's up there, no lie. But like, so Giroud though, isn't it? If we're talking stats, we're talking performances though, yeah. I don't know. Oh, I think it's 2-0. 2-0.
Who scored? Loftus. Ruben. Yes,
I think that's another Leao assist. Hold on, run that back.
Right, this could be an absolute.
This is it though, isn't it, man? Kill this game off.
This is what we needed. We need to kill him. Kill him.
Yeah.
Like kill him. Let's get
run
4.
That through. Teo, no. So Teo assist. Great ball, back post.
Great ball, yeah.
That's easy goal. Easy goal. Loftus. This is about to say as well. Like Loftus, stats wise, man. How many goals? I think he's on like 9 goals this season and all comps.
Southgate still won't give him a call up.
Nah, not a chance.
But that's another conversation.
No, we had that conversation. I think on the live.
Loftus-Cheek is the best this season. Yeah, I agree. That's what
he's my best. I think overall as a signing, like stats and performances, I think Loftus-Cheek for me.
Love that.
What can I say? I'll finish him. Yeah, I think stats and performance-wise, I give it to Loftus-Cheek, but then like Pulisic is just like a close second.
Yeah,
but I think I don't know best player this season, like stats and performance combined. It's a hard one. It is a hard one. I think there's probably quite a few players you can probably put in the same category. I'd actually equally put like Leao kind of like on the same category as like Pulisic and Loftus-Cheek because I just think there has been inconsistency throughout the performances. I don't think there's a standout. I think if you want to talk about like performances, like who stood out above the rest, yeah, I think Tomori after the Roma game suspension, yeah, so after the Inter derby that came back from suspended, his performances were the best than any other player this season up until he got injured. Like, I mean, if you want to talk about like consistency and world class like play, I think he has to be that. And even though the defense, he carried the fucking like a shit defense, like carried like a broken like.
No, that is true.
No, like everyone was getting injured. He had to carry it and still like fucking cover like with like Teo and whoever it might have been like crazy. I honestly think Teo as well as like. I think he's up there as well, stats wise, assists, goals again, and then just like he's had those games where he's just been above head above the rest when it comes to just performance wise. So I don't know. I think it's the usual suspects for me. You got Teo, you got Rafa, you got Giroud. Not Giroud, sorry. You got Pulisic, you got Leao. I said Leao. Tomori, Loftus-Cheek. And I don't know. It's who's been the most consistent like performance wise and stats. I mean, I don't think it's anyone stands
you're
out.
being a shit. What's wrong? Sorry, he's being a nightmare today.
Oh, yeah, someone kicking off.
He's quite strong actually for a little cat. I don't know if Teresa, if you think, actually they got quite they can be. Oh, go on.
No,
they can be strong when they want to be.
Yeah, well, he can be annoying when he wants to be.
Look, show the world how annoying you are. You're just cute, but freaking hell. I do feel bad though because he's getting his balls chopped, so that's kind of like punishment enough, isn't it? Has your dog been like neutered or whatever it is?
No, 18 months, so that broke out a year.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, for cats, the earlier you do it, the better. After 3 months.
Oh, really? Okay. I think they've advised 18 months for treats that get sausage chopped off.
Yeah, because for cats it's like inside their body, whereas for dogs it's all like out. You can see it. Apparently, the older they get, it gets harder to operate because it just gets further in. Don't play with glass. We've
Um,
broken it.
yeah, no, I mean, I feel like we've killed this game, like in the
Yeah, we've
sense of
killed this
like,
game
yeah,
100%.
the
It's
life
2-0
took
now.
me out of it, man.
They look finished.
I mean, 6-2 aggregate, they're down. I mean, this is the thing.
Hey,
I think this is what we kind of wanted. I mean, don't get me wrong. Give me some more goals if we just couldn't, if we want to be cutthroat enough. But ultimately, just like
Merlin.
one more goal really is that's it, and then you can start rotating. Like get Okafor and Chukwueze off the bench. Like,
Yeah, I agree.
and I let them build off that. We're looking good
Yeah,
for
we are.
for the quarters now, though, guys.
We are. We are. I think we can start dreaming now. Right, who do you want? Obviously, I've thought about this. I want West Ham, just from a like geography perspective, because we could all go.
Oh yeah. Oh, I mean,
That
we're
would
not
be
talking about like
class.
who we think's going to go through though. Like, I mean, like out of the.
I think West Ham will beat Freiburg. It's only a 1-goal advantage. I think they'll get through.
I don't know. They're pretty naff though, man. If we're talking like who I want, yeah. I mean, West Ham, yeah, geography wise, to make that game, and I think they're probably. I mean, Brighton
I
ain't
don't
getting
want
through anyway.
Liverpool. I don't
Brighton
want
are
Liverpool
fucked.
to the final. Yeah,
Nah, yeah,
Brighton are
yeah.
fucked.
Liverpool and Leverkusen. I'll just give me like avoid
Not
them
to the
to the
final.
semis at least. Yeah, Liverpool is a final one for me, but
yeah, that would be unreal.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I might consider going to
Who else
Dublin
is?
for that.
We could get Roma. We could get Roma.
Yeah, look. Yeah, I mean, I'd take Roma because I think
I take Roma.
we've always got their number. Oh, Rafa.
Yeah. Oh, go on. Go on.
Yeah.
Ah,
I'd also kind of like
should have had a shot there.
Atalanta is just like, you know what, man? Like, I know
Oh,
they.
don't. Atalanta give
Nah,
me
but
PTSD.
I want to fuck them up, man. I just like, I know I don't trust this coach sometimes, but like, it wouldn't give me any more joy than just kind of like knocking them out of Europe as well. I think our games are fucking close against them as well. I think it's going to be a game that a two-leg that be probably decided by like a goal, but like I think we could do it. But yeah, they're probably the third hardest team.
Oh, go on, Rafa.
But yeah,
It
I mean,
is sad, though,
who else
like-
is there? I mean, yeah, West Ham or Freiburg. I mean, I'll take that. I'll take Villarreal or Marseille. I'll take that. I mean, that's not.
Oh yeah. They don't worry me either.
Yeah. I mean, who else is there? But yeah, Roma or Brighton. I'll take Roma.
Well, Brighton aren't going to go through.
Yeah, no.
Roma.
Liverpool and Leverkusen wouldn't touch them. Atalanta are. What is
I
it? Is
don't
it
want
1-1 against Sporting though?
I think so. That's a tough game. Yeah, I wouldn't want Sporting either. I think they're a really
I
good
wouldn't want
side.
Sporting. They got some good players, man.
I'd
So,
actually rather have Atalanta over Sporting, to be honest, because we know Atalanta. Like you know how to play against them. You know.
Yeah, yeah, man. I mean, this is what's about, though, isn't it? We're going to get the competition is going to get harder next round, no doubt. But in my mind, when this draw happened, it was about getting through it without any, issues, and then getting those defenders back for these next rounds where we need them. Like we need Tomori back for the next rounds. We need Chow back for it. We need Kalulu back for it. It's just the nature of it. We can't do the next leg of games with fucking Kier and Gabia. I love loving the bits, but they can't be holding it down. It needs to be like Gabia and Tomori or Tomori.
Our defense is pathetic. It's pathetic. Yeah. It's actually pathetic. I mean, look, we're all well and good. This is great. I'm just taking it back to this game against Slavia right now. Like the game is, it is more or less. First half's almost over. It's 2-0. It's 6-2 in aggregate. I don't want to speak too soon, but it doesn't look like Slavia are going to get back in. But we can't forget that this is against 10 men.
Well, yeah. When did they get a player
like 10th minute? 10th
it was
straight
like same
after.
Thing. Like,
yeah. Like
so this is
literally same thing.
20th minute.
And it's like I don't know if we'd win against 11. I want to see us play them against 11. No, mate, honestly, they were maybe the latter half when the quality, like when they get tired and stuff, the quality would come through from Milan. But they were all over us, like genuinely all over us.
I mean, this is but then it's. I'm not saying like it's part of their game plan to get sent off, but like the way they probably press is kind of like alluding to that though. You kind of chaotic tactics to kind of get you in trouble. Like we used to be like that. Do you remember we used to be like that? Like Milan when we got back into Europe.
Yeah, we did.
We used to be so high pressing and so naive, And then we then complain and we got players sent off because we were like, well, hold on, it's maturity as well at the same time. So like, it's a balance of playing with that press, but also not being stupid with it.
Tomorrow's got a yellow. Tomorrow misses
tomorrow
the next.
yellow. Yeah, the bit for us is now is like, what's the deal with? Oh, is he suspended?
Yeah, he's suspended next game.
Yeah, the deal with us now is like, what's the deal with Mike? Like, if we got to play Sportiello or the rest of the season, that's a fucking mare as well, isn't it?
Yeah. Don't finish the cat. He's a good boy. No, he is a good boy, and now he's chilling. He was just being a shit. You know, it is what it is. Finished work. Went to the park. 0-0. What happened? Well, go do whatever you did again. Maybe we'll score another couple goals. I don't know what he was. I don't know what that message means. I don't know if he was coming off to from work. Palermo is struggling right now.
Fuck off, and we'll score some more goals. I'm joking.
And I dare to say, if not guaranteed promotion, if they fail to get up, do we get? Oh, promotion is not guaranteed. Do we get Chaka back? I don't know.
If they fail to get up, do we get Chaka back? No. I just think it's like option to buy.
I think it's just
yeah. Which, to be honest, logically, are they going to take that option if they don't get promoted? Probably not. So, I mean, because you got to look at the financial elements of it. I don't even know if he's starting for Palermo. I don't think he was starting the last couple of games I checked. But so then why would they take that? Why would they, essentially spend like 10+ mil on a winger that's not even starting? That's it. Come on, baby. Yeah. 8 minutes stoppage time. Make up for that red card.
Was really a red card. Yeah, it was actually. It was an awful.
I mean, yeah, he pulled a red card out of his pocket, so technically it was a really red card.
No, it was definitely a red. It was a bad challenge.
Yeah. I mean,
2-0.
I need to watch the replay.
8 minutes of added time. We're on the 40, just about to hit the 46th minute. 8 added minutes, and that's all to do with Mike.
Mike and Ike.
Regarding mate, I love a Mike and Ike. I'm off sweets though. You know that. I'm on like a hard diet. I'm having no added sugar. So only sugar from fruits. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough, but I'm trying to stick to it.
Try working at M&S and doing that. Jeez.
I can imagine, mate. I can imagine. Those pepper peas, yeah, exactly. No, do you know what, for me, it's Colin and Caterpillars. They're mine.
Deadly,
man.
Deadly.
I'll finish bags, not one. I have 3 or 4 in one sitting. Easy.
Yeah.
Not good. Regarding the first half, we played much better than the first leg. I mean, we did, but again, I don't see these games as a reference point when we've played like 70% of both of them against 10 men. I don't really know what it shows us, to be perfectly honest. That's what I was going to say, Steph. Like, looking back and also other teams watching us, how are they going to assess how we play and how are we going to assess how we're going to take the next round when we haven't really played against 11 men either games?
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah.
I don't know.
Might not be a bad thing, to be honest. Like, how the hell can you like lock down our tactics if you don't actually know
true
what we're like 11v11? But like,
but Pioli has no tactics. So.
Yeah, true. Just like, I don't know. Yeah, it kind of feels like have we actually been truly tested? Like,
that's what I mean.
I don't know.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. I mean, this is my fear as well. So as the talent ramps up in this, and you play against harder sides, and you don't get this luxury of playing 11v10 because of maturity. Like, do we have the squad or the capabilities to handle them off? I mean, equally at the same time, you probably play against a side that won't run as hard as Slavia, or probably have so many men behind the ball because they'll probably be more confident to attack a little bit more. But at the same time,
which is what obviously plays to our strengths, but.
Yeah, which plays to our strengths, but at the same time as well, it means that they're going to be equally like, it's the clinicalness, and that's what it comes back down to. And can we take those chances, or do we just suffer and then they take those chances because they have higher talent up front? At the same time, those Slavia goals in the first leg were fantastic, and that's evidence of taking your chances. Like, they turned half chances into goals, and to be honest, we need to not only just try to do that a little bit more better, but also the obvious chances, like the fucking one-on-ones, we have to put them away. Like, this is getting ridiculous. I mean, Pulisic missed the one-on-one. Rafael Leao missed a one-on-one as well. So it's like, can we improve on that? And that's why we suffered in the group stage. You know, the amount of shots we missed against Newcastle in that fucking first game was ridiculous.
Yeah, it was.
So we need to really just like level up on that and get back
I'll
to
be
that
honest
clinical
though,
way of playing.
correct me if I'm wrong, Steph, but the whole tenure that Pioli's been at Milan, and I mean this seriously, like if you look at how free scoring a team like Inter, and I hate to say that, are and clinical they are, we've even the Scudetto season, even the season before that when we were playing quite well, we've never been like that under Pioli. I don't think we've been killers, and we've said this. We said this last week. We're not a killer team. We don't kill.
I don't think we've been like that since like Ibra got injured and he wasn't our focal point up front, because he was a killer. Like he was someone who literally needed a half. What a goal from Leao. Jeez Louise. I mean,
I haven't seen it yet. Oh, what a
fuck me.
What a goal!
So yeah, we need to be more clinical.
What a goal! Golazo!
That is a full stop. That is a full stop exclamation mark fucking goal. My word.
Do you know what that is on FIFA when you get the right angle and you?
Pulisic is going to lock down that assist as well. Pulisic is going to get an assist for that too. That is
we got to kill him. We got to kill these guys. 3-0 for those. I mean, that's a perfect finish. That.
Yeah, I ain't seen like a goal like that from Leao since like. I mean,
what a finish!
He scored a fucking blinder against Atalanta, but like I ain't seen a goal like that since. Jeez, man, he did actually score. He scored a goal like that against Atalanta away from home as well.
Are we giving Pioli credit for that? No, this is individual brilliance. I hope you're being sarcastic.
I mean, like, this game here, like, look, let's not fool ourselves. Yeah, like we're playing against 10 men here. Like,
do you know what I mean? The amount of space he got there, but still, what finish?
To be honest, yeah. I mean, like that, we're playing with the right approach, so I'll give Pioli credit for that. We're playing
6,
clearly. Well, yeah. I mean, the game's dead anyway. I don't give a fucking shit if this ends like 6-0.
Agreed.
Whatever.
Okay, good.
But like, I mean, it is. Look, to be honest, Pioli, right decisions at halftime will be just taking off like Leao and Pulisic. I'd like, to me, it's what's the point of them staying on? What to inflate their ego and get some more stats and goals? Like, is not the right decision right now, coaching wise, to bring on Okafor and Chukwueze. It's not the right decision coaching wise to take off maybe Loftus-Cheek. I don't know. Like, we have to think about like the injury issues. Like, Mike's gone down injured here, so like personally, it would be wise for maybe two subs
suspended.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah. Then we might as well play him for the 90 minutes, though, innit?
Yeah.
So like, I think the right decision is 2 subs at half time. I would, and then you look at the sub bench and you go, look, who needs some confidence here? Who needs some minutes? And one has to be Chukwueze. Rafael's again through. Jeez, we can really. I don't know. It's lucky there's only 30 seconds left of this half. That's a foul, bro.
Man, listen, you can't be touching the glass. I'm gonna clean this glass up when half time hits. Because he keep. Hey, Wrigley. You're being really wriggly. What's up? Have you got Teresa like a Milan suit? I need to get Merlin like a Milan suit to wear.
No.
I'm gonna get him one.
We usually like kit him out in sort of like red outfits, which contrasts against his black coat. So, yeah. He's giving Rossoneri vibes anyway for that. Half time.
Okay. Right, I'm gonna clean this glass up. I'll still be on, but I'll leave you in the capable hands of Steph for a few moments because.
Hey guys. I mean, this tie's dead. I mean, I don't know if you disagree with that, but that is full stop. I think I can see Kalulu coming out of he didn't go down the tunnel. So me thinks that there will be a defensive sub at halftime if Kalulu comes off the bench. So maybe it's Kalulu and Chukwueze. That would be a good sub. Keep comments coming through while we while Lorenzo just sorts out some glassware he said he was doing, and we will get them added up. But yeah, look, I mean, good half in a sense of killing the game off. But I think we have to look back at that red card again of being the definitive moment. But who do you guys want to see come off the bench? I mean, that's a good question. Who have we got on the bench anyway?
Right.
Who we got off the bench? Who we got on the bench?
I'm back. Let's get these.
So we've got potentially come off the bench. We've got Benacer, Reinders, Jovic, Okafor, Kalulu, Chukwueze, Kier, Chow, and then Altelachano, and then obviously another keeper, Lapo Nava.
I love this from Mats. Obviously, I guess the French are saying Demangeur. He's a mover. He is a mover. For a big bloke, Loftus-Cheek can move.
Yeah, definitely.
Mike needs to go if an offer comes in. Yeah, constantly injured every season he's been here. Honestly, Sportiello could do a job as first choice. Genuinely, I was thinking this. What do you think about this, Steph? Do you think if we couldn't find a replacement, because a goalkeeper isn't a decision you should rush, do you reckon Sportiello could do a full season? What you've seen?
I think you can find a replacement. I think you can find a replacement. I mean, like, if we get 50, 60 mil for Mike, yeah, like, how much do we really need to spend for a replacement? Like, we bought, I know Mike was shrewd business, but like, we could sign a good goalkeeper for like, I don't know, 15 to 25 mil. Like, if we're talking like, I mean, we keep talking about Di Gregorio, but like, how much will he realistically cost? I mean, we stand 20 mil down the Monza, yeah, they're taking that bid.
But what I'm asking is, do you rate Sportiello highly in that sense? That's what I'm asking more.
No,
I don't think he's a bad keeper.
No, not that he's a bad keeper. But we're not talking like Patrosano like here, by the way. I'm not going to disrespect him in that regard, yeah. But I personally, if we make a high sale on Mike, yeah, I personally I would not be confident on then allowing us to then. I don't think it's sensible to say Sportiello is the option first choice. Like, he was always for me a solid, stable second choice option, which we've been asking for many years because of having to put up with the likes of like, you know, Tatarusano and whoever it might be.
Yeah.
You've got like Napoli with like Merit, and they had Ospina, or like Inter had, you know, sensible options. Let's not talk about like, you know, Ino's Radu, where it was that fucked up. But like, it's the element of having a very good keeper and a solid Serie A keeper as backup that you can pay like a 1 to 2 mil wages fee for, i.e. Sportiello, and like what Inter have with like Aldiello, or his name is, the ex-Samp keeper, and he's like good enough for the Coppa, but then you have to have a, you know, a very, very good keeper as the first option if you're going to be serious. You know, our rivals have it. Why can't we? So
yeah, that's a valid point, Steph. I agree.
The question is, who is that? Because there's a lot of keepers out there who are like, if we're talking like top tier keepers like Alisson, Edison, we're not touching that, but they're like 31 years old, like Oblak and whatnot. And then you've got the older keepers.
Hello? I don't know if Steph's cut out. Can you let me know? Because I can't hear him. Let me know in the chat. He's cut out for me. He's cut out for me. Can anyone let me know if Steph's cut out? He's frozen completely for me. I'm just going to go through some comments while I wait for Steph to come back. Carry on that goalkeeper conversation. Yeah, man is frozen. Okay. Yeah, the keeper conversation. We'll catch that back up when Steph rejoins. Someone gets Suma's commentary for that Leao goal. Yeah, I mean that'd be unreal. Kalulu and Chuck to come on. Benacer for the last 10 minutes. Yeah, I really want to see Chuck and Benacer. I think they're exactly the subs that I want to see, to be honest. Chuck for just getting some form, and I think Benacer, for me, should have started this game, to be honest. We're playing Verona next. I don't know why Benacer wasn't starting a game like this, but that's Pioli's decision. SempreMilan need to make a reel from whatever Suma comments for that Leao goal. I'm sure we will. I will let the guys know. I'm sure some of them are listening now. Guess what? I came up in the elevator on 2-0, opened the door, and we just scored the third. I guess that's what I found out. Yeah, mate, you need to fuck off. Fuck off more, and we'll score. I'm only joking. Old Heart Rossoneri, thank you for joining. Keep tuning in. Better first half, did not give away the spaces. Look, I don't know about you guys. I'm finding it really hard to gauge these games because we've played both against 2 men. Like literally both against 10 men. How can you gauge when you've played both ties against 10 men? I just find that really, really difficult for me. I agree we've played better this game than last game, even though we've both had 10 men. So we played better away from home. I would agree with that. But it doesn't really tell me much. Like, this is a checked side, and we played both games basically against 10 men. So I don't know how to gauge this performance. I find it quite difficult. We need to score more. If we win this game 5 or 6-0, which is what we should be doing, then I would agree with that. I would say, yeah, we've had a good game. But even at 3-0, I'm like, I don't know. It's hard to gauge because it's not like we've played against 10 men for the last 10 minutes. It's basically the full 90 again. Like, it's such a significant advantage and rattles the other team so much that it's just difficult to gauge. Old Heart in the building. People talk about injuries as if they came from nowhere. Yeah, look, that contact on Mike is brutal. Fabrizio, if it works, stay in the elevator, please. Yeah, that's what I've been saying. Old Heart, just don't do what you were doing before. Let's get some more goals in. Sub-time, I take Musa and Calabria off to avoid suspension. Reinders or Musa and Terracciano for Calabria. I wouldn't mind seeing Terracciano. I don't really know what's happened to him, to be honest. I don't see where Pioli sees him. If he's a right back, if he's a right mid, if he's a right centre mid. I don't know about Terracciano. It's an interesting one. Chuck and Benacer, 100%. Chuck needs to come on 100%. And for me, I'd love to see Benacer on. I think he will level the game out nicely. He won't be under crazy pressure. I don't understand what their halftime talk is going to be for Slavia because they're down 2-0 and they're down to 10 men. So got to bring Chuck and Okafor. I just want to see Chuck. Okafor, I'm not so worried about. He's scored in the league. He's doing all right. I wouldn't mind seeing him rotated, but I want to see us just banging more goals. This could get Leao the top goal scorer in the Europa League if he gets a couple more. Like, that's what we need. Mike is getting sold. Either that or he seriously needs to reconsider his renewal demands. Yeah. We've been through this. I think Mike is definitely, if we're going to sell a player, he's the one to be sold. He's the one to be sold. Extremely sorry. My kitten is deciding to be an absolute terror tonight, and my partner's not here, so I've got no way of him being distracted. He is super cute, and I love him loads, but he is being an absolute menace tonight. Steph will be back. He's just having tech issues. 100% disagree on selling Mike. Interesting. For me, he's light years ahead of anyone mentioned above. We have a good replacement. We don't need to change anything in that department. So you're saying you don't want Mike sold? I mean, I don't want Mike sold. I'm just being realistic as to the Redbird strategy, and I just think he's regressed massively. And out of the three, again, quote unquote, world class players we have, he's the most replaceable. Yeah, we should be winning these games. We should win these games 6-0. Carson, I completely agree with that. I'm so sorry if I keep disappearing. Like I said, I've got a 5-month-old kitten that is being a bit of a handful tonight. Maybe he knows he's being neutered tomorrow. I don't know. Tamori is a difference between this match and the first leg. What a difference! Yeah, that's a good point. That's something that I hadn't really had the time or the chance to analyze. To be honest, he is a big difference, and maybe, but again, against 11, they were playing better. So it's hard to understand. He definitely brings a level of calm, but it's hard to understand. Time to give Pulisic some rest, get him rested for the weekend. The kitten should run the stream. If Merlin, which is his name, if he runs the stream, guys, if it's anything like the Zoomies he's having right now, it would be game over. He'd fucking chuck my laptop out the window. I don't know what he would do. He'd eat all the dreamies available and he would just shit on the floor. I don't know. It would be nightmare. It would be fucking nightmare. Thoughts on Jovic getting contract extended? Now that's a good. I like that. I like that. That's a good talking point. What do you guys think about Jovic? Do you think he deserves to stay? I'm in two minds about it. I don't think he's Milan quality. Definitely not starting quality. However, will we find a 20, I think he's 25-year-old, very well experienced striker, whether you like it or not? He has played at big clubs. He's played in big games, not played well, but he's been involved in them. His Eintracht Frankfurt days, I don't think he'll ever get back to that. But do you think we'll find a 25-year-old who has those qualities for basically nothing? Probably not. And that's why I'm inclined to get him on the books. But it would be like, you're a second choice striker. You've got a 2 or 3 year contract. Prove to us why you should be a first choice striker. If that's the caveated point, then yeah, bring him in. Because I think as a bench option, as someone who's around the club, fine. I think he's matured a little bit in his mentality. I'm fine with that. But I don't think he's a solution. I don't think the management see that either. So if it's like, yeah, look, we tell him basically you could have a chance at Milan, but you've got to be doing something spectacular. Otherwise, you're a bench option. Fine. And he's okay with that. Fine. Bring him in. Because I don't think you're going to find a 25-year-old who's had that level of experience and is useful to a degree anywhere else. So yeah, if it's under those conditions, I'm all for Jovic. Are you guys allowed to comment on the investigation, or is it only available on the SempreMilan subscription? We have posted some articles about the investigation, but obviously opinions on how that's kind of going is probably not something that is to be kind of talked about at this point, mainly due to the fact that the jury's out. A lot of it is a bit farcical, and yeah, we'll see what happens. So just watch this space. Obviously, as you guys know, SempreMilan is the place to be for all your news, anything related to that. So you'll know as soon as we do. So yeah, just keep posted. Tamori will be there for the quarterfinals. Imagine if we face Liverpool, or will not be there for the quarterfinals. Well, he'll be there. It's only one game suspension, so he'll be there for one leg. At least. Yeah, it's only one game, which is not great, but it's one game. The stream would be magical with Merlin. Thank you. Do you know what, Wuxia? I'll tell him that. He's just been a nightmare tonight. He's been a real handful, but he is. I've got to remember he is still a literal baby, so it's in his nature. The 5-1 against Inter isn't anywhere near as bad if Tamori was playing. Also agreed, but we're still losing. So it's like, whatever. And Pioli is the worst manager against Inter in our history, I believe. So yeah, that tells you everything you need to know. Right, Chow is coming on. I don't know who he's replaced. And Kalulu. So I guess it's a complete centre-back change. Oh no, Kalulu's coming on for Calabria at right back. and I guess Chow and Tomori. I'm guessing Gabia's come off. I can't see yet. No to Jovic. He can't play as a lone striker. Well, I mean, look. Oh no, Tomori is coming off. Chow is coming on. Interesting. Tomori's come off when he's been suspended. I know he's coming back to injury, but 1 second. Why are you being such a little shit, Nine? He also usually doesn't mind being held. Like, he loves it. He's being a real bastard tonight. Come on, mate. Jovic is not. Well, look. The Jovic thing also depends on if Pioli's here or not. We don't know, and I still think that's a valid point. Slavia making some changes again. Got no idea what those changes are. Steph. Sorry, mate. He's back. sorry.
My bad. I was getting entertained by you talking for 5 minutes and holding it down on your own. My bad.
I do apologise. No, it's more my at the moment.
My signal fucked up, to be honest. So I apologise, guys. I have got rid of the dog though, so it's a win somehow.
Well done you. I've got my partner's not here, so I'm alone. I've got too many plates.
It is. So what are you talking about? Subs? Oh, West Ham 3-0. Jeez.
I told you they'd turn it around. I told you.
So we got Kalulu for Calabs.
I don't know why Tomori's come off. I know it's because he's come back from injury, but I think it's a bit much from, if he's not going to play the next Europa League game. We've only got Verona at home. Oh no, it's away. Sorry, it's an away game, but
it's an art. I don't know. I mean, I'll allow it. I think there's an art of getting those 3 players back to natural fitness, and I think 45 minutes each is pretty sensible, isn't it?
It's sensible, but it's a bit. I don't know.
It's a weird one because you think the subs. This is the thing. I thought it'd be a defensive sub and an attacking sub, but it's like he's just gone and kept the same attackers on.
That's fine. I think this is a chance for Leao to get top goal scorer in the Europa League if he can get a couple here.
Yeah, maybe. I just think, I think we got to get to 60 minutes, man. I think just this game's fucking over anyway. If we score another goal, 60 minutes, just use the last 2 subs or something. Can you?
Yeah, the tie's over.
Can you? I think you got only 1 round left of subs that you can do. I don't. Maybe correct me if I'm wrong on that one. I don't know how the half-time subs impact things, but I don't know if he can do 1 sub and then another sub again, or does he have to do both subs at the same time?
I've had it as 1-0 Milan for like the last friggin' hour. Sorry about that, guys. Good to finally see Tomori, Kalulu, and Chow all healthy. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice to have options.
No doubt.
It's nice to have options.
I heard comment. I mean, Tomori's only out for the first leg, so it really depends who that team is. I mean, if we're talking like I said, Villarreal, Marseille, whatever it might be, like West Ham, I think we'll still be fine with like.
It won't be Villarreal. I've just realised that Marseille are 4 ahead, 4-1 on aggregate.
Oh, really?
It should be Marseille, I would imagine.
Yeah. Either way, I mean, like, as long as it's not Liverpool, I think like that Tomori difference shouldn't be too bad. But
did you hear? Yeah. Did you read on the site today, Steph, on SempreMilan about the Tomori agent thing? Did you read about that?
What? What do you mean? His agent?
His agent came out. Yeah, his agent, Tomori's agent, came out and just said, "Look." And I think we know this. Like, Tomori is a proper Rossoneri, so I'm not worried about that. But he made a comment. It's a nothing comment because obviously agents are going to say this. That's their job. But he was saying that Tomori probably is looking at potentially taking another step up at some point. So,
I mean,
but Tomori doesn't want to leave. Obviously, he's just like he was saying.
Yeah, interesting one. I mean, like, show me the team that's the step up that's making that bid. Like,
well,
I'd argue, like, but with that, is that Prem side playing Champions League football? Like,
yes, I think. Well, I think Man United are the team that really want Tomori because they.
Yeah, but they're not playing. They're not playing Champions League football next year.
No, they're not. So, no. I don't think it was any time. like summer thing. I was thinking in the next couple of years, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Look, yeah, if I don't think he goes back. Like, this is the thing. Like, Chelsea and United are the teams that are probably. I mean, Chelsea probably not, because they got to make sales. But like United, yeah, 100%. I think they'll be a team that will be in the running for tomorrow. And I think they have been linked before. But like, if they're not getting Champions League football next year, then are they? Is that a step up for him? And then also equally, is it like a project you want to be part of? Because it's it's so fucking chaotic, that team. If we're talking like Arsenal or something like that, but then would they make that bid when they've got Saliba and Gabriel? I just don't think there's a need for it. I don't know. What I think it's a throwaway comment, but it's also equally like, realistically, what team is going to make that bid? I don't know. Like, it's a hard one. Like, unless like a Spanish team came in for him or something like that, or we keep going back to Bayern, who like have a need for a centre back as well. Do they come in for him? Then equally, I would say, like, fair dues, but I don't know. It's I would love Tomori to stay for a long time at Milan. Until he's like 30. But
I only see like I don't know, and Man United. But again, I agree. Why would he go to Man United? But it was just the fact that the comment that I don't think Tomori wants to leave. Like, honestly, out of all the players that we brought in, I think Fick is like, honestly, a Rossoneri. I really think he loves Milan.
Yeah. I think he respects the fact that like we gave him this chance, and he's
yes, absolutely.
Like, will it
And he
ever
loves
be?
the club.
Yeah. And he loved the city. I don't know. I think
the comment was the comment. Sorry, the comment that annoyed me. The comment that he made was like, he said, "Oh, I know the family that Tomori comes from." By the way, this is all on the SempreMilan site. It's on one of the front pages. So if you guys want to read it in full, go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
But it was that he comes from a really solid family, and Fick knows that you're only a footballer for a very short time, and that suggested to me. And again, this is all agent speak, so obviously you're going to say this, but that suggests to me that he's thought about it, getting a big load of money down the future.
Yeah, it sounds more to do with pay. Yeah, I get it. I don't know. But then I don't know if we're looking at renewing his contract or something like that soon.
Yeah. This is something is interesting. I want to put into perspective as well, guys. Like, I don't know if you've heard, and again, sorry to talk about Liverpool. I don't know. It's only because there are a lot in the news right now because it's Klopp's last season and a lot of things. But I don't know if you've seen this, Steph, but apparently they're looking at selling Luis Diaz and maybe one other player, and not to necessarily buy new players. But I don't know if you know this, but Liverpool actually have one of the highest wage bills in the Premier League and therefore in the world of football, because their players are so good. You need to realize that, and I'm not saying this to you, I'm just saying generally, people need to realize that it isn't common for teams to pay millions. I'm talking top dollar in Europe. Forget Saudi, like that's a completely different thing. Unless those players are genuinely winning Champions Leagues and leagues. For Liverpool, it makes sense, but all of those players have earned that. Like, Salah didn't get that big pay packet straight away. Trent didn't get that big pay packet straight away. Neither did Alisson, Van Dijk, etc., etc. Now they're in a position where they want to keep these players, especially with Klopp going. So they need to then sell players to pay these guys even more wages, because a club like Liverpool aren't state-run like City. They aren't state-run like PSG, like Milan, unfortunately. We're in the same boat. So we've got to be a bit easier. That I know we haven't got Prem money, but it isn't like we're not trying to keep these players. I think we do want to. It's just that you've got to pay a lot of money to keep the best players. Even the top teams need to do that. It's just a fact.
Yeah,
that was it. That was my
that's a good point.
I just think people get, it's like, oh yeah, pay him, but even the teams that have more money in a more lucrative league still have to spend, like, their wage bills. I don't know if you see, we're not even top 20 wage bills in Europe. We're not even close. I think we're doing quite well. Just shows. I'd love us not to rebuild every year. Yes, me too. Sorry if I took your flow there, Steph, because I don't know what you were talking about. I do apologise.
That's cool. That's cool. No. I think it's a fair point on having like an intrinsic value against a player that you just don't go above. And I think this is where like new management have to be very smart on these wages that they're dishing out. Because we saw for all Maldini's graces, the wages he put on some of those players toward the end, like the Origis and the Reviches and stuff like that, like they were just like, and like even Origi now is going to be such a hard sell because of his wage. Like who's picking that up? Like no one's going to be fucking wanting to pick that one up. So it's like, well, you got to be quite smart with this. That's why, like, in a way, it sometimes is good business to buy a player, put them on a lesser wage, longer contract, and then
which is what I think we've done.
Yeah.
With a lot of the new signings, anyway. Yeah.
Free agents, though, you're the thing is, it's like they want the premium contract because they're like, yeah, I'll commit to you. You're not paying a transfer fee, so I want a bit of that kitty. Problem is, you're paying that every year. It ends up like, and this is where like I wanted us to sign Marcus Thuram, but like, it's one where the club made a decision because they felt like intrinsically the value wasn't beyond 6 mil, and then when it came for 6.5, they were like, no, we're not going beyond this. And I'm not saying that's a right or wrong approach, but I understand that approach. But ultimately, at the same time, we've lost talent, so it's you want to pay that money, you get talent. Otherwise, there are reasons behind that. But yeah, 100%. I can see why Liverpool have that issue. But like they had a decision where they had to basically renew one of Salah and Mane, and because they both wanted the same money, and it was like they haven't got like I said, a state-run kitty where it's like City and stuff like that, but they had to basically go like, who do we value more? And they made the right call because Salah is the better player and the one that sells headlines and whatnot. So, and Mane went to Bayern and obviously now subsequently to Saudi. So like not all clubs can make that decision, and I think it'd be interesting like to see clubs who the ones on the come up like Arsenal and are now who are like building players profiles up from not irrelevancy, but sort of like the likes of Saliba and Odegaard, who will be on probably like respectable contracts. Their next contract,
they're going to be on huge.
They're gonna want. They're like, nah, I'm probably like up there, top 5 best centre attacking midfielders in the world, top 10 centre backs in the world. We're talking about Tomori want to get paid. Like they're gonna want to get paid as well, and they're gonna want to get paid that Premier money. So there's only so much like unless like more money comes into sport, and then I don't know, maybe the eyes in the Champions League and whatnot and that revenue, but like there's only so much you have to play with. And then you end up going, we'll pay him that money because he's world class, but like someone else is then going to lose out, and then you can't then have the backup talent to supplement that. It's an interesting one. It's kind of like, and not to sound like very like Americanifying it, but it reminds me a bit like NBA a little bit, and this is how like there isn't a salary cap in football, but for a lot of teams who aren't state run and they have to confide to like FFP, it kind of reminds me of NBA where you have kind of like a balance you have to hit, and you could go down the route of paying for superstars, but then you don't have a squad for depth, or you go down like a depth route and you go, look, we ain't got superstars, we may got 1 or 2 stellar players, but we got depth to take on the whole season. So like, yeah, it'd be interesting to see where football goes down that route, especially with Champions League going down to like a 36 team format, more games a season. And there's always this constant pressure in the Premier League that you have to win, you have to win, you have to win, you have to get top 4, whether it's top 5 next year Champions League. So like the margin for error is so small. If you're like a team like Chelsea, like as you see it this summer, they're in so much debt and they're not going to get top 4, so they got to fucking sell. So it's like you got to live and die by that. So yeah, I do respect I do respect our financial situation.
I do as well.
And I think we have got the right approach. I'm just quite intrigued to see what our budget is this summer. I do think we make a sale, and we're talking about Mike now. It could be another story in a month's time. We could be talking about Leao. We could be talking about Hernandez. a sale will be made in my mind of a value of probably of at least 60 million. I think so, because I think we have to consider potentially selling a player of that ilk, not because we have to, but because I think there will be a bid that we just can't refuse. Sorry to sound so like generically Italian, but like it's like if that bid comes in, we know management are going to do that. So if a bid like that comes in for a player, you know, dare I say it, like 100 mil plus for Leao, or I don't know for Teo, maybe there's like 80 to 90 mil, or I'm throwing out ridiculous numbers here, but like, or Mike for like 60 to 70 mil. Just look, I want to keep everyone, but ultimately, it is what it is.
It is what it is. I think that's the way it is.
I mean, I come from times of seeing us sell like Kaka and Shevchenko, rightfully injured at the right time. So Galliani, massive respect for you selling the players at the right time. So he sold them at, you know, for premium value at the right time when they're, you know, when they're about to hit a sort of like turbulent time regarding fitness and injuries.
It's
But
part of football. You buy and
see
sell.
that,
That's it.
to be honest, yeah, like when you see Shevchenko and Kaka sold, and you know we've seen it probably before for fans beyond that point as well. I'm not gonna fucking sit here crying if we see like Hernandez or Mike or Leao eventually sold. It's part of it, and unless you are at the top, and unless you're Man City or whoever it might be, who can afford those wages and are winning
it's the
everything,
wages. Yeah,
you have to accept that another team can come along and just outbid us on wages and also offer something that we can't offer, which is that. And
exactly. Exactly
you know,
right.
and we might just be talking about maybe 4 or 5 clubs in European football, but dare that situation happen, it will happen, and we will lose out on the player. It is what it is.
It is exactly well
But
said.
it's the element
I
of
couldn't
getting
agree
what you
more.
can get, and then flushing back into the team. Like we sold Kaka, yeah, but like, you know, we bought Pato before that, but like it was the fact that, you know, we had the money to, you know, there's another story of Berlusconi, but like we sold Shevchenko, but then we bolstered the team back into other elements of finances as well. But we're in a situation now where like, we got good scouting, and I have confidence that we could, you know, with the right coach, we'd be fine. But that's another story in itself with the right coach.
that's where I want to see the money spent. I want to see the money spent on a coach, because Pioli's paid peanuts in comparison to a lot of top coaches, and we could pay double what Pioli's on, and I think Pioli's on about $1 million, maybe just over $1 million. We could pay 2, maybe 3
No,
million a year
he's on a lot
and
more
get
than
a
that.
much.
He's a lot
Do you
more
reckon?
than that. Yeah, no, he got a renewal October
I don't think
last
he's
year.
on much more though.
October 2022, he got a renewal. And I think he's on about, I think it's like 4 to 5 mil. It used to be like 1 to 2 mil. Yeah. He got paid. I did a video about this like years ago, that he was paid like
5 mil for Pioli.
something
Get
like
out
that.
of here.
Yeah, like 3 to 5 mil.
Jesus.
Yeah, I did a video
Okay,
like
well,
when I compared him to like the highest earning coaches in the league, and it was at the time, I think it was like Inzaghi, no, Allegri at the top next to Mourinho, who was at Roma at the time. I think underneath that was like
Jesus.
Inzaghi, Sarri, um, Spalletti, and then
They
someone like
still,
that. And he was like 6th place. And then he got the renewal to make him kind of maybe hit the same sort of fee that Sarri was getting. So yeah, I mean, it is what it is.
but yeah, look, we could still
I
pay
mean,
more. That's where we.
at the time, he got the renewal after winning the Scudetto, so it was like in a sense of like a
Yeah,
reward for that.
fine.
So
Yeah.
I mean, I also said back then, I don't think it was the wrong call to
Chukwueze
do a
is coming
renewal.
on.
Yeah, I don't think it was a
Chukwueze is
oh,
coming on.
Giroud. Ah, Giroud, bruv. Fucking hell. But yeah,
By the
I 100%
way,
agree. I think we need to not spend the money on a
that's
coach,
where
but
the
like, yeah,
no, but push the boat. You know what I mean. You know what I mean.
Yeah.
Just to kind of bring it back to the game, up until about 5 minutes ago, we hadn't really had a chance. But Giroud again. Giroud's getting on the ball a little bit more. We're having a bit more joy, but I was expecting. I don't know about you, Steph. I was expecting. It's still 3-0, by the way. I was expecting a little bit more like killer instinct. I don't know why we're even allowing them to have. You know, we've just been a bit lethargic. I don't know what you think. I know we're 3-0 down, but 3-0 up, not 3-0 down, 3-0 up.
Sorry, I haven't been got pressure a minute down this can.
Yeah, so Chukwueze is back in.
Yeah,
Chukwueze is in.
was gonna say this second half. I mean, like I said, man, it's just like the game's dead anyway, man. It's like
The game is dead. The tie is over.
I
You
said,
know.
I'm rather about like injury preservation and whatnot, like rather than just trying to stat pad this shit. Like Rafa's going
I
for
want a
it,
stat pad.
but like
I want a
yeah,
stat
but
pad.
like
I want a stat pad. I do.
I don't know, man. Just
We're playing Verona next game. I'm not worried about Verona. I'm really not. I know that. And again, what are we playing for in the league? This is our showcase this season. Even
yeah,
if
but
we
like
don't end up with second, we're
we're
not dropping
through
out of
this.
top four.
Yeah, but we're through this leg, man.
Yeah,
It's
but
like
yeah, but imagine if we smack them 5-0, it just sends shockwaves. Even though they're against 10 men, I just think we're playing at Europe. We've got nothing else to play for this season. Every single Europa League game, we should be putting 150% in my opinion. That's just how I see it. Foul corner, maybe.
oh, they're throwing
Pioli's on.
down. Wait, it's going on that.
Pioli's on.
The fans are giving it. The fans are giving it to the or something. I'm not too sure.
Yeah, they are. I think they're maybe racist chants or something. I don't know. That's me just speculating.
Ref's gone over.
Yeah,
Wait.
Pioli's on 4 mil apparently. So yeah, the ref's going over to.
I don't know about that. Yeah, hold on. He's doing that. I don't know what that means. Round up the troops. Get the flag on out.
The police. Yep. Oh, it's serious. Yep. You can't throw shit at players.
Yeah. Not to jump. Like yeah, Stewart's kind of giving it a little bit as well to the fans. It's a shame to see, man. This sort of shit.
It is, but we're where we are, and the game is in the state it's in, and yeah, it's a reflection of what's going on in the world. But that's a deeper conversation. De Zerbi is surprisingly only on 2.5 mil at Brighton. Is he? I didn't. Oh, that's surprising to me.
Yeah, but like, I mean, surprisingly, but like he was.
De Zerbi, who got swallowed whole by Roma.
Yeah,
sorry,
De Zerbi's not like De Zerbi wasn't brought in with much expectation to do well at Brighton. But let's be serious here. Like
that's true.
Like yes, they got Prem money, but like they're not going to be paying him like if he makes that move to Milan, yeah, we're probably gonna have to pay him like purely money, but which is fine for me. But like,
yeah, he'll be on double.
I'm sure he's got like a release clause that we can't fuck with. I don't know, man. So let's see. Oh, I forgot about Benfica and Rangers, by the way. So Benfica are currently.
Yeah, what's the score? Yeah, give us the scores.
Okay, so Benfica are 3-2 on aggregate against Rangers, but they're away from home. So I mean, look, if Rangers score an equaliser, let's go in extra time.
Interesting.
Marseille 2-0 against Villarreal. Sorry, against Marseille. No, Villarreal 2-0 against Marseille.
4-2 aggregate, isn't it?
Yeah, 2-4, 4-2. Okay. West Ham 3-0, so that's 3-1 on aggregate. So they're looking like they're going through. And then yeah, the other games later on, we've got Atalanta v Sporting, Atalanta 1-1, and their second leg's at home. Leverkusen 2-2 against Karabag, and that's 2-2. Obviously Brighton 4-0 down, but are at home against Roma.
Imagine if Leverkusen get knocked out. Oh my god. Oh, that would be huge. That would be huge.
Oh yeah. Imagine if fucking Brighton come back against Roma. That would be. I don't think so, because I think Roma are on another level since De Rossi's coming. They're clearly vibing with his confidence and what he's bringing. Like it reminds me of like when Gattuso took over as Milan. Like there's probably not much substance with tactics, but it's just like desire to do well for
effort and desire. Yeah, I agree with that. Mate.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like fucking Gattuso, if I was playing underneath Gattuso, I'd be going like another level for him. But like, he's like not the same player as De Rossi, but like it just kind of reminds me of like De Rossi does remind me of Gattuso. I mean, we're talking about a fucking guy who's got a tattoo of like, hasn't De Rossi got that like
ankle break tattoo with the triangle. Yeah, it's sick.
I love that, man. I love that.
Yeah, me too. He's a cool guy. I like De Rossi. He was good for Italy as well. I respect him a lot.
Man. I'll never forget that.
I respect him a lot.
That World Cup where like he got sent off against USA, wasn't it, for the elbow?
Yeah.
And then he came back from suspension. I think it was like for the semis or the final, and then that penalty, man, against like France, which is like, I'm not being like deep in it because it's a fucking scoring a penalty in a penalty shootout is a serious thing, but he like buried a fucking penalty. And as like, I think at the time he was like in his like early 20s, someone who could have been rocked by like that red card and being like you know what I mean? I don't belong in this squad.
Nah,
For
he's
the rest
hard.
of
He
the
was
year.
hard. I loved
He was
him.
just like, nah, I'm taking a penalty and just fucking buried it past like who was that France keeper back then? The one who's played for Man United.
What year?
The bald
What
fella.
year are we talking?
2006. He played for United
Barthez?
for like a year or two. Yeah, Fabio
Barthez?
Barthez. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just so I'm just going to go through some of the comments. Just saving energy for Verona. What Milan probably. Yeah, I think just to go back, Steph. I don't know if we actually talked about what was going on because this game stopped again for 5 minutes. Like I don't know if it was racist, but shit was being thrown at Leao, big time. It was all being.
Oh, was it
Yeah,
as in like
they are
yeah.
they're
Yeah.
really
I
getting a
mean,
bit boisterous now. Like they're 3-0 down, they're jumping up, and I don't think they're saying nice things when they're jumping up singing. Let's put it that way.
it is, but you just got to see out the fucking game, innit, man? At this point, I wouldn't mind us now. I wouldn't mind us scoring a fucking fourth and just shutting them up. Like, it is what it is.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think we need
But
that. That's what I need.
you just want to come away and just like it sounds sad, but you just want to come away and just be like, look, just see out the last 20 minutes and just walk away the bigger man.
I was praising
Yeah.
Slavia for their tifo. So was I. Their tifo was incredible. But yeah, this is classless. I mean, look, they've got that small team syndrome now where they feel hard done by because they got a man sent off second game. And look, they were legitimate red cards. They're end of. That's it. So,
I mean, this is where like I'm not to sound like I want to be very careful with my words here, but like there are some European countries that don't do themselves any favors, and it's like there's a stigma of like being so classless, and they don't do themselves any favors when they do shit like this. Because I understand, yeah, look, you're talking about a talent gap here, and you're talking about being 10 men against 11. It's a very David v Goliath sort of scenario, but at the same time, like, can you just fucking just promote, like, just approach it with integrity and just be like, it is what it is, rather than just sort of like, what are you going to achieve by throwing shit at a player just because he's like, just because you're
well,
getting beat. Like, it
yeah,
is
it
what it
is
is.
sad.
Like, if you're pissed off with the ref, take it out with the ref. Do not take it out with the players on the pitch and like and try to like put your club in like issue with like racial abuse and stuff like that. Like, what are you achieving out of that sort of shit, man? It's so classless. West Ham 4-0, by the way, so that's like done. Yeah. I mean, to be honest, West Ham, that would be a good little fucking game. I'll tell you that.
That's what I want. I want West Ham for selfish reasons. East London would be very easy for us to get to.
Elizabeth Line.
Also, Hammers. Fuck the Hammers. That would be actually a sick game. Carson says, "I agree. We shouldn't just pack it in. I'd like to see us win 5 or 6." This is what I've been saying. Like, we don't need to, but let's just fuck them. Like, let's just fuck them. Especially because they've been cunts towards Leao now. They've been horrible. They've been racist. They've been horrible. Let's get a couple more.
Bit of a weird atmosphere. I mean, watching the play now, it's just like we're passing it round with like an aspect to kill time. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Let's hopefully let's get a fucking another goal, man.
Yeah, just for those like watching along, the reason we're not talking about the game much is because, as Steph said, it is a bit dead. Milan haven't got a huge amount of intent going forward. Slavia are against 10. They're 3-0 down. They're 7-2 again. Like, they're 7 goals down in aggregate. They ain't going to get a goal back. It's just like, can we take Olivier off for Jovic?
Probably next up, maybe Okafor for
Giroud. Yeah, I think that's probably what's going to happen.
To be honest, you know what? Just like Tadachan off with tail, something like that, man. Just like give someone who needs some minutes and confidence. Like,
I would love a Chuck goal. I'd love a Chuck goal.
I'd love a Chuck goal.
That's needed.
I'd love a Chuck goal or a Musa goal. Why not a Musa goal? He hasn't scored yet for Milan. I mean, Christ, you can put him one with the keeper. I just don't know if he's got the finishing technique for it, but yeah. Sportiello. Let's get Sportiello a clean sheet. You know what? That's a good shout out. Let's get Sportiello a clean sheet. We could probably just like slap Lap or Nava up front for the Bants. Have 2 keepers on the pitch. That'd be pretty funny.
That would be good. I'd love to. Good news about Zeroli. I think Zeroli is a proper player. I'm glad that he's
Oh, I love
been
Zeroli,
renewed.
man. I love
Yeah,
Zeroli.
me too.
He's
I
like
think
a
he could be.
typical like modern player. I like what I see from him.
I
I
like
think
him a lot.
like
You know what?
and we,
This is go on. No,
I
okay.
just think like he's got kind of like a Loftus Cheek mold. I'm not to sound generic with him, but like because of the similar positions and stuff. But like because he has that athleticism and that height and that physicality element of it, and being so young, I just think I do believe in having sort of a go-to formation that we play, and having players
Yeah.
from Primavera playing that same formation. So like I liked it that we had Chaka Traore, who was a winger, and we had a winger formation to potentially complement him, and he scored goals because of that. And the same thing as well for like Hamada, a standalone striker, and the same thing for Zeroli playing as a centre attacking midfielder, or Simic, in a back four who could then equally just transition into a back four in the senior team. So I see that with Zeroli, and I don't know. I don't know what the future lies for him next season. I do think we have to start thinking about these Primavera players like we have done this year, and how do we transition them into the senior side and give them that step up that some of them deserve and have been, to be honest, putting a good shift in. Jimenez as well. I, I think we were worried about Jimenez because of the buyback clause that Real Madrid have for him, which I think is around like 5 million euros or something like that. I mean, we have a right to buy him for 5 mil, but they think they're going to get him back or something like that. It's quite interesting because I think we take that bid to buy, but it's almost as if I think the fear at the time in January when he was starting games in the Copa games and whatnot, that were we giving him too much exposure that Real Madrid were going to be like, you know what, we're going to take him back because he looks like but we brought him back to the Primavera, which is kind of underexposed his talents a little bit in a good way because long term that if you sign him outright and Real Madrid lose that buyback clause, you can then start giving him the first team minutes. I think there's a smart level of tactics there that at the time in January, a little bit me selfishly was like, put him back in a Primavera, like before his, before his profile gets up there, and they're like, we'll take him back.
Showcase him
Like,
to the world. Yeah.
And then you just lose.
Ruben's coming off, by the way.
You got pissed off with a Diaz deal, but like that, this is where you then prevent them.
Yes.
Sending scouts to watch you then play senior minutes where he's getting starts or whatever it might be, or like coming off the bench. You don't like, not to sound horrible, but like you say, I'll sacrifice half a year of his potential growth in the senior side by guaranteeing that we can sign him outright. I think that's where we've been quite smart with that, and hopefully we sign him outright.
I hope so. We have to learn.
Simic as well is a top talent. I think we are at a crossroads with Simic and what we do with him. I mean, let's talk about potentially including him in the Buongiorno deal, so with Torino.
Yeah, I don't want to get rid of him.
I don't want that. If we're talking about potentially Pobega and who else were the sort of the counterparts, Pobega and Colombo, I'd be open to that. Certainly, Simic should be at the bottom of the list, so I would like to exchange for Buongiorno. So I think Simic is at sort of a crossroads as well. Otherwise, is it another year for the Primavera with him, or is it equally a loan deal, which I think would be really good for him? I mean, there are some other great talents from the Primavera, but the standouts one are Simic, it's Jimenez, it's Zeroli, it's Camarda, which is obviously a very contentious one because there's a renewal.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about the Camarda thing at the moment.
I think we renew.
I just want to leave it.
I think we renew.
Yeah, there's a lot of hype around
pissed off
him.
about you're pissed off because of the agent.
Yeah, I don't know. It just something seems a bit fishy about Kamada for me at this point in time, and I hope it's just paper talk. I really, really do. And but I don't know.
For me, we have to renew him. Like we have to renew him, and I when I say that, I know the agents are pissing us off here with that, but like he is I mean, fuck me, man. The stats he's puts up as a 16-year-old is crazy good.
That's what I mean. Like, I just think, and this is going to sound, and I'm only saying this, I'm saying this because we can say this as having Italian heritage, having it close to our heart. I think, I don't know his family, I don't know their financial situation, but there are a lot of Italian people
All about the money.
Yeah, basically is what I'm kind of is exactly what I'm kind of getting at, and it does worry me. And I don't say that as if Kamada. That is just a fact. It just is, and we haven't had a top level Italian talent of this quality for some time. So I have nothing really to base it on. Last time that probably happened, Italian football was at the top.
Again. It's the Gigio situation again. This is the thing.
Yeah,
like at the time, Donnarumma's obviously career's gone, for me, stagnated
at best.
Probably at best. Yeah, so like it's leveled out, and he's a very, very good keeper. But if you talk about like what he was like at 18 years old at Milan, the world at his feet, we'll talk about him being the next Buffon. Is he that now? Not a fucking chance. Like nowhere near on the growth for that. A great Euros, which came off the back of a Milan season where his confidence was there. Since then, he's been shit for Italy, like average at best.
I want
spectacle for like errors for PSG, but slowly getting back into his sort of like natural play style. But like we had that with Donnarumma, and that got fucked up by Raiola. I really hope it doesn't go that way with Kamada, but I do get your fears on that one.
Just something about it just fishy to me.
But
anyway,
not for fuck rest in peace. With Raiola dead, and not pouncing on a kid like Kamada, like that should not happen again. Hopefully. Because it's not always Raiola. Like Raiola's fuck Raiola, man. I don't give a shit about it, man. If you disagree with me in the comment section, I don't give a shit. I know he's Ibrahimovic's best mate. I don't give a shit. He fucked that kid up, and he turned his head. With him gone, there are still people like him, like Kessie's agent, like who can make someone think differently, and that's what it seems like it's kind of happening here. So. But yeah, man, fuck it. I don't give a shit on the dead, man. Like that guy.
Bring it. He did. Bringing it back to the game. Sorry, Steph. Again, nothing's really happening. Sorry, we're not talking about the game in its current state, as Steph and I have kind of alluded to. It's pretty dead. There's not a whole lot happening. We have pressed a little bit. I'd like to see Jovic on as well. A couple of people have been saying that. The difference between Sportiello and Tata, 100%. Like Sportiello is solid, but he hasn't been tested. So again, haven't seen him in action for a while. Sub Merlin on the youngsters need minutes. Merlin and Chorizo would actually get it down this game, wouldn't they? They press. Get them on. Get them on. Also, I want to say something. I've got nothing to base this on, Steph, but it's just a pure. Zeroli just because of his hair. Any player that has short dreadlocks, like here, is a baller. Yeah, correct. It's a baller.
What a baller!
It's a baller. Yeah, you're a baller. Like old school Hullet, Seedorf in his early days. Just saying. That's why Zeroli's going to the top, because of his dreadlocks. Don't care if you disagree with me in the comments, as a fact.
He's one I honestly think we don't need to sign any like attacking midfielders in the summer, like box to box midfielders, because I'm happy with what we got. Like don't get me wrong, like if we ever made a move like someone like Koopmeiners or something like that, like I wouldn't say no to it, but like I think the budget has to go to a centre forward, a centre midfielder like a CDM, and a right back and a centre back. So I'm happy for someone like Zeroli to get a promotion to the senior side. And, if we talk about going into a 4-2-3-1 or something like that, I'm happy for him to get minutes in that spot. Because if it means like someone like Pobega going, we don't replace Pobega, like give Zeroli that spot for me. And then work on getting a CDM. And if that, and we might have to make some harsh decisions here, but like we have to talk about getting a big squad, because injuries will happen. And it's all about, get a CDM in, then you've got Benacer, Reinders, Loftus-Cheek, Musa, and I think Zeroli's got a spot there as a sort of maybe like an option within like the 6 or 7 players that will be taking those 3 midfielder positions up there. But yeah, I like him a lot, man.
I really do as well. I think obviously we've seen Simic. We haven't really seen him already play for the senior team, but he's captain of the Primavera.
Italian?
Yeah, he is
I'm guessing
Italian Nigerian. Yeah, he is. Yeah,
but
so born in
has he
Italy,
claimed
parents are
Italian
Nigerian.
nationality? I'm sure he
Yes,
has.
he's got both. He's got both.
Mm.
Yeah.
This is the thing as well.
So
Like I'll talk about like getting rid of Pobega and getting Zeroli, and coefficient
oh
wise that
fuck,
makes sense.
Vega.
Yeah, no, fuck Pobega, but like you know what I mean. He's only here because he's Italian and he's Milan Primavera.
Yes.
So if you want to like for like swap, give me Zeroli on this spot, man. It makes sense to me. Like
Yeah,
you
he's
get an
captain.
Italian in, you get a Milan youth team player, which you need for the coefficient element of.
Well, he's captain of the side. He's in my opinion, he's the most important player in the Primavera team. To be honest,
they got through the round of Europe, no? Primavera a lot against Real Madrid.
yeah, they are.
Or
They're
is
in the
that right?
quarterfinals.
Quarterfinals.
They're in the quarterfinals. Yeah.
They won on penalties, I think, didn't they?
Oh my fucking god!
They fucking
For
scored.
fuck's sake, they scored.
I mean,
see, this is what I'm talking about, right? Listen, okay, Steph, I'm going to go off on one here now. Okay, we've won this game. This tie's been over since we've got 2-0 up. Okay, let's not beat around the bush here. Why are they scoring against us? There's 10 of them. I don't understand how this is happening. We've switched off. Yeah, we might have been seeing the game out, but we're seeing the game out really badly to the point that we've allowed them to go in. It was a good shot, fine, but they shouldn't be scoring.
Chow got fucking burnt there, man. That was really poor from Chow.
Look, Chow is so stiff. I really like him, but he's a stiff defender.
Yeah.
We're just asleep. Yeah, Max, you're 100% right. But why are we asleep? Like, come on, guys, against 10 men. Yeah. The game's dead, but this is not what a top side does. Again, would you argue, if Klopp's watching this, if Alonso's watching this, if Moyes is watching this, who else is in Europa League? I can't freaking think. If any of these top managers are watching this, the 2 games, and we get drawn against their team, are they thinking, yeah, I'm worried about Milan? No. Why would they be? Why would they be?
Yeah, I know.
Anyway, sorry, I just annoys me. Milan's gameplay is shocking considering we're playing against 10 men. This team frustrates me. Yeah, I mean that was before they scored, so this comment makes even more sense now.
Bro, we got fucking. To be honest, I'm reading the stats from the Primavera game. Oh, we got through in pens, but damn, we got our asses dominated.
What, against Real Madrid?
Yeah, they had 17 shots.
Doesn't matter.
We should. Well, I don't give a shit, man. It is, but like,
I think we should win that trophy.
I mean, I don't really know too much about the other talents, but I don't think Xhaka, Traore going didn't help our cause a little bit, and like,
yeah.
I mean, Sia scored again, who's a very good player. Another call out from the Primavera.
Yes. Yes.
And then, yeah, there's some other good players as well. Like midfield, like yeah, I like Aleto. He's been pretty good in CDM, and then Salmak as well. He's stand out too. And yeah, Scotty. Yeah, so there are some players there. And look, fucking Batizagi came off the bench, so he didn't even start, and Jimenez didn't even play either. So Jimenez might. I don't know. Did he cup tied technically? Is that cup tied against? Does cup tied work in Champions League because he's Real Madrid? I don't know.
No idea, mate. I've got no idea. No, he's injured. We talking about Jimenez?
Yeah, Jimenez. Yeah.
Yeah, Jimenez is out for the season. I think he's had a pretty bad injury. Yeah, he's on crutches.
Yeah, then my theory about him not having a value is probably going to go through the roof.
I've got some good comment here, and I want to know your thoughts on this, Steph. Kalulu, a healthy Kalulu better than Chow, and a couple of people like Steve McQuarrie agree. And I actually am inclined. I've seen a massive weakness in Chow's game this season, being that he gets spun so easily.
I mean, I don't know. I
bear in mind, one helped us win a Scudetto, one hasn't. You know what I mean? You love Chow, though. I know you do.
No, I don't. But I don't. But the reason why I find this decision quite an interesting one is I don't. also rate Kalulu that highly since last season. Like, Kalulu's a very good pressing defender, but like he is undersized as a centre back in my mind. And I'm never going to forget what he did in that Scudetto season, considering his age. But is essentially
it's kicking off here.
Yeah, I got the yellow carded. Yeah, is essentially Kalulu next to Tomori. But I'm looking at like who's starting with Tomori as a centre back. Yeah, and in my mind, as a mold of a defender, Chow makes more sense because of his height. And like you have to balance it out. Like the same reason why Tomori and Kier made sense as a partnership, because of Kier being the one who was a bit more reserved, but like was taller and a bit more commanding. I'm hoping Chow could be that, and I don't think Kalulu will ever be that, and supplement Tomori's aggressiveness. But I completely agree that Chow is not encouraging me with confidence, because the way he's playing is either getting burnt on the counter attack and really poor with his marking. Both are young defenders, and both could equally like grow on their talents, and IQ of how to defend. And this is why I think that in addition to potentially a hard decision like selling like a mic in the summer, I don't know. I said to you about Chow
Giroud almost scored.
Nearly scored there. I said to you about Chow potentially being sold, for like 50 mil to Bayern Munich. Because I think one of Chow and Kalulu gets sold this summer. And I don't.
It should be Kalulu. It should be Kalulu, because Kalulu will make bank off. Quite simply, we'll make bank off Kalulu because he costs us nothing.
Yes, but I think Chow gets the higher transfer fee. But what is the profit? If that makes sense, as you said. If Kalulu's like, if a bid comes in for Kalulu for like 25 mil, yeah, and a bid comes in for like Chow for 35 mil,
it's about
to be honest,
money.
That's kind of like the same thing, isn't it? Because Chow costs us close to 10 mil. Yeah, and then you probably got to look at the amount of years left on his on the wage book as well. So I don't know. It might come down to that. But then what's more realistic? Is it realistic to think that a bid for Kalulu comes in for 25 mil? Yeah. Or is it more realistic to think a bid for Chow comes in for 35 mil? Probably not, based off the way he's playing. So that's why I think
we can up. I just think we can upgrade.
Like everyone could be like, oh, I prefer us to sell that person, but like, what is the realistic bid that's coming in to get that significant cash value from it to then reinvest in the squad? Because we could be holding out for a Chow bid for like 35 mil, because we all might want Chow sold, but that will never come, and then we then have to go again and then not like look at centre backs. But I don't know. Look, I'm not also at the same time hating the idea of Chow and Kalulu still being here next summer with Tomori. But Gabbia has now thrown a massive spanner in the works because of the way he's been playing, and I think he deserves a spot next summer with us.
But Steph, I don't know if
find another defender.
Yeah, I don't honestly, and I hand on heart. Other than Tomori, we haven't got any proper good centre back.
Oh, we don't.
I genuinely believe that, and that, like, honestly, right now, I see Chow, Gabbia, Chow, Gabbia, Kalulu about the same. About they're different qualities, not the same player, but in terms of like how I see them in the pecking order,
their output, their output, yeah.
So we need another Tomori. We don't need another. One of those.
But then this is the thing: like Gabbia was not in that conversation in the summer. He wasn't even in the conversation last season. So like now, it's not. Gabbia has like in a way stepped up, yeah. And I think you're giving him his flowers for that one. But also at the same time, Chow has not taken the step up that we thought he would do so far. I mean, he's still very young. Don't get me wrong; these players are still very young. So there has to be a decision that potentially needs to be made, which may come back to bite us in the arse. And Kalulu's still quite young as well. But Kalulu didn't make that step up last season, and Chow hasn't made that step up this season. Has not helped with the injuries. But at the same time, Gabbia has stepped up while they have not stepped up, which has now leveled the playing field and then allowed us to have a conversation here where we were about to sign Botman last summer, and we were talking about, having a stud partnership. Like, who are the centre backs we're linked with? There's two from France. No, there's one from Wolfsburg. Is it La Croix or something? I can't pronounce it. And then there's
yeah.
the game's finished, by the way. The
Yeah,
one
it's
from
full time.
Wolfsburg. There's the one from France. And then also we're now linked with Hermoso from Atletico Madrid, who I thought was pretty good as well. So like we're clearly looking at centre backs, and I don't think it's the Kier replacement. I think Gabbia is essentially like kind of like the Kier spot. I think there's going to be a sale, and then we're gonna sign someone else. Mate, and there's even
Buongiorno would be amazing.
Buongiorno as
I
well.
know. I don't want to. I want one quality centre back. That's all we need.
Yeah.
One quality centre back.
But Buongiorno makes sense because it's the Italian element. He's left-footed, and
he's fucking good.
Yeah,
he's actually really good.
And he's also like 24, 25. He's not young. He's coming in, and he's going to give you hopefully immediate output. So yeah, I don't know. Let's watch this space. But look, guys, at 3-1 win. I think let's go back
3-1.
But like 3-1 win.
7-3 on aggregate. We're through.
Yeah, I mean, not really much to gauge off this really, other than the fact that we score loads of goals, rightfully so. I don't know what the deal is. But
against 10 men, it's just off,
I know. But I don't know what the deal is with Mike. Is he injured, or is it precautionary?
We'll find out.
I think that's the bit that I'm kind of mostly worried about.
I think Sportiello will be starting against Verona on Sunday, regardless.
Oh yeah, it has to be. Yeah.
I don't know what will happen for the next game. We've got a couple of weeks because there's an international break. So in fairness, if it's just like a sprain of some description, then he might be back for the next round. But we don't know. It's too early to tell. We won't know. Obviously, check the site, check SempreMilan, the first information when it comes out. I'm just going to go through some of these comments, Steph, before
go for it.
Before we kind of sign off. This is quite funny. What do you think about this? Marcus Perantozzi says that his dad said Milan of 2007 would beat this Milan 10-0. I think 15-0, to be honest with you. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Inzaghi would have like a field day against someone like Chow. He would,
God.
He was sent into the cleaners, man. I mean, like Kaka against like Yassine Adli, or like nah. Like, can you imagine that, man? Like Kaka would spin him and he'd leave him in the halfway line. Like, he's just like, and then like defensively, like I just think like shit. Like even like Massimo Odo would do like a job on that.
Yeah, he would. Jesus Christ.
I rate that all out.
That's a great comment. Yeah. Also, Marcus then said, Leao yellow. I tell you guys, this actually needs to stop. He reminds me of Balotelli. He's not that bad. He's not that bad. He's not that bad.
Let's have some respect.
The Inter game was bad for Chow, but the Monza game completely exposed him. Chow has really highlighted to me a few of his stark shortcomings that he needs to work on. But he is so young. Like you said, Steph, like of all the players, I mean, he's 21. Like he can get those out of his game. I don't think it's a lost cause for Chow at all. It's just a shame because he did so well so early that we put a lot of trust in him, and then it became apparent that he wasn't quite ready, which is a bit of a shame. Let Florenzi go, Steve says, free up those wages and have Kalulu as the backup right back to take over from Calabria. Yeah, right back's an interesting one as well, Steph. I want to touch on that quickly as well. Calabria right back. What's the crack there? I mean, is it Terracciano? What are we thinking?
No, I think we've got a. I mean, look, I've defended Calabria where I can, but I think if we've only what should be like the priority signing needs to be a centre forward, and then I think it's a level playing field with. Then I think it's the CDM, and then I think it's centre back and right back probably on an equal tandem where like we could sign a top tier right back and then probably just make do what we got a centre back, and vice versa. But like in an ideal world, you replace both. But I what does that look like then with the squad? Florenzi's still got the year left on his deal, so does he naturally get an offer coming his way? Do we get an offer for Calabria? Like I don't know. What's his market value?
I don't think anyone, no one looks at Calabria outside the Serie A. I can promise you that.
Yeah, and like,
you know,
who's not, and this is kind of like probably like I guess damning in itself, but the fact that like, and I don't think Calabria is a bad player, but who's gonna in Serie A like would Fiorentina come in for him? I don't know. It's a bit of a.
it's a tough one.
I mean, how long's Calabria got left? Is it maybe 2027? I think 2026.
Yeah, but
maybe.
he's a sort of player that he's not going to ask for silly wages.
No,
He's
he won't.
Italian. He
He
loves
won't.
so he's a non-issue in that sense, and
Yeah.
I get why that's attractive to any club like Milan. Like, why would you cause a rift there? But I also don't think he's captain material. I've always said that, and I'm sure you agree. Teo, for me, although he's annoying, he acts more like a captain. He has that. Now, I think he's got a bit of growing up to do, Teo. I don't think he's level-headed enough, like completely. But he carries himself more as a captain. Calabria doesn't, and that worries me a little bit from a long-term perspective. And we know Teo's vice captain, and I just see Teo the way he like I said, he needs to work out his head a little bit. He can be a little bit nonchalant for my liking, but I think he's got more captain qualities than Calabria does, to be honest. I would Matt says I'll let Kier go and replace him with a well-established defender, some of the age group of RLC. Yeah, potentially. Also, Massey says that we missed out on Indika, Simican, and Botman. Yeah, we missed out on a few really good centre backs, to be perfectly honest. Calafiori would be brilliant. Marcus, thank you so much for listening. We're glad to be back. Matt also says, "Are you guys sticking around for another game?" I'd love to, but I need to eat and I've got to spend time with the loved ones. But do you know what? It's interesting. You guys can kind of get into the comments or just let us know on any of the socials: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, whatever. How you're enjoying these, what you want to see from us, because you never know, we might end up doing more games in the future when this kind of gets a bit more traction. But yeah, it's always good to hear your feedback. So Fanadinho as well. Yeah, Calafiori is someone that I'd really like to see at Milan. I'm sure, and I think we've spoken about this before, Steph. Like, I think he's quality. There's a lot of defensive talent in the league, actually. I don't even think we need to look overseas. It's just the Lotitos of the world. I don't know the name of the Torino manager, owner. Sorry, but they like overvalue their players so much. It just fucks me off.
Problem, yeah.
Like, it's just like, come on, like Buongiorno for like 60 mil. Shut up. No one's paying that. Like, no one's paying it.
Yeah. Which is like laughable when you start thinking about like how much what's Calabria's market value. And you're like, I know Calabria's like not the best player in the world, but like, you know, Christ, he's still better than like most Serie A.
He's a 30 mil player. He's got to be a 30 mil player,
that's
at least in the league.
Like, I mean, no. If Buongiorno's 60, like 40 to 60 mil, then Calabria, like, then I'm saying like, give me like 15 to 20 mil for Calabria, but like,
yeah,
I don't know.
It's weird. It's just.
This is what also might drive us more to those French talents or German talents, because the market is just easier to buy from them because there ain't dickheads who are trying to sell it. So
yeah, well, quite. Yeah. Scalvini's getting a lot of love in the comments. I don't know, mate. He's a dick. I don't like Scalvini. I mean, I like him as a player. I don't like him as a person. From what I'm seeing, he's a bit of an arrogant prick. Not that that's bad. I think arrogance is good. Yeah, I don't know. Don't know about Scalvini.
My issues. Back three centre backs. I don't know.
I always thought Chow would work better in a back three as well, to be honest.
And so clearly, if we go to a back three, don't get me wrong, Scalvini, Buongiorno also makes complete sense as well. But like, I don't know. I've said my piece on Italian centre backs, and I think they're very good in back three formations, but they ain't got that speed. I don't think. And then Scalvini's a bit like, I don't know. He's a fucking dick, man. The amount of times he should get booked for like this shit he doesn't allow.
Exactly, and if we think that Buongiorno is expensive, Atalanta will hold us to ransom for Scalvini. Like, like they'll say 100 mil. It's like, yeah,
unless we can sort of haggle with like CDK and be like
CDK.
But like, don't get me wrong. Like, if I want to play from Atalanta, I want Coop Miners, man. And I'm not saying we need Coop Miners.
He's going Juve, mate. He's going Juve. I promise you.
Yeah, probably.
He's an unreal baller. Coop Miners is like unreal. He was good the first season. He was good the second season, but in his third season now, he's been wicked.
Okay.
Napoli to sign Calabria to give the Georgian fraud a chance. Yeah, he is a massive fraud. Well said, Steve.
Yeah, true. That's a good chat.
It's a fucking fraud. Matt says, I'm actually enjoying Europa League with the lesser known teams. Well, that's over now. We're into the quarterfinals. It'll only be quote unquote big teams now. If you count West Ham, whoever we get. I really want West Ham. I just want West Ham. Okay, before because I'm gonna go in the next couple minutes.
Yeah, same.
Got to have dinner. Before we go, obviously, thank you guys for joining. We love doing these. I don't know when the next one will be. The Verona game, we'll speak. Maybe we'll do the Verona game, but if not, it was obviously see us after the international break, and definitely for the next round of Europa League. But I wanted to ask is get your predictions in for who you think we're going to get drawn with, because the only games that are left to play tonight are the 8 o'clock fixtures, which is Liverpool. They're basically through. Roma, I also count them as through, and then it's Leverkusen, Atalanta. And I think it will be Leverkusen. And then the only game really there that is not decided is the Atalanta Sporting game, which will be really exciting, to be honest. I might actually try and catch that.
That'd be pretty tight.
West Ham won 5-0 in the end. So there you go.
I mean, rolling. Good shout on that one. Let's wrap up there, guys. Look, thanks for joining in.
Yeah. Absolute pleasure.
And we'll see you soon.
Yeah, always get your feedback in. Thanks for joining. We won't be so crap in terms of like lateness and smooth. We're going to get smoother. We promise we'll get smoother. But yeah, all the love, and check out the site, check out all the other SempreMilan stuff, and we'll be back very, very soon. All right, ciao.